Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardly Heroes, the game where all the loot is made up and no one actually got anything. It was all just a fever dream.
No.
No?
You can't.
This isn't Tombs of Scoria, Neil. Okay, this is Hardly Heroes. We get the loot here.
So, would someone please tell us what happened?
Okay. We ended the session previously in the bowels of this apartment complex. It seems like multiple buildings all connected together through underground tunnels, and that there's some sort of security team whose job it is to guard this area.
Mm-hmm.
We'd killed one of the guards. We were sneaking around in the tunnels. We found a way outside. We stashed one of the bodies in the moat. We were looking around. We were just finding junk until finally, in one of these underground basement rooms, we found some rich guy in, a leopard skin cloak. Yeah, jacking off with all of his weird porn.
He was not jacking off.
We killed him.
Yeah.
And then from his little secret room was a staircase all the way up to the 6th floor, where he had this sick Playboy mansion apartment kind of situation going on with all glass and 360 views of the city. Lovely. So we start looting. We run into another guard. We kill out of the guard. We loot some more. We find his secret hidden safe. We crack the lock. We loot his gems. We're rich. We're laden down at this point with gold and gems and wealth. And it's a very successful day. Well, what if, as we leave the building, we notice, hang on a minute, there's another apartment over here. And we cast our eyes across the hallway to another door. Well, it wouldn't hurt to just look, would it? So we break in. And as he's breaking the lock, I'm looking through the glass and I can see this guy's got all sorts of weapons. They look finely made. Perhaps elven craftsmanship, maybe magical. All over the walls of his apartment. He's clearly some great warrior. We sneak in to the room. We're looking around. We find him in bed with 2 ladies. And we take our chance. We strike. Pigeon pulls his head back, goes to cut his throat. Whiffs it completely. The guy opens his eyes. They're yellow. It's fucking Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher. He reaches for his blade, about to run Pigeon through and end the campaign, when Luther draws his short sword and with one fell swoop decapitates the head of Geralt of Rivia. It rolls across the bed. Frisch and Yennefer wake up and flee. I cut them down as well. I'm surrounded by blood, the bodies of women and great warriors, and here we are. That's it. We're on the bed, surrounded by blood, and presumably hordes and hordes of magical weapons.
A natural 20 on the attack roll with bonuses, and max damage on the crit roll, 35 damage, single sword strike.
What are you going to do?
Who said thieves are weak?
They are. Usually.
Yeah, everyone can get lucky once in a while.
All right. Well, party, before we can get to the happy, fun times, we have a dilemma before us. You see, we're in this house. There's a lot of loot to be found. There's art objects, there's beautiful ceramic plates, there's metallic bowls, there's candelabras, there's small candelabras, there's weapons and armor and shields, and there's all this stuff. But there's no way that you can take it all out in one run.
So we take some time to look around. So I want to ask a couple of questions about the apartment. If I look, is there windows that open?
Oh, yeah. The windows don't open, but they're doors. The windows are solid. They're like glass windows. Yeah.
Yeah, but can I, if I wanted to, could I jump out of the apartment to the street? If I could somehow fall 6 stories without dying?
Around the top floor apartment is a full walkway. So if you jumped out the windows, you just land on a walkway. You can jump off the walkway and fall to the ground if you want.
So when you say walkway, it's like a balcony attached to the apartment.
Yeah, or more aptly like the roof of the floor below it. It doesn't stick out over the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not like public space. It belongs to the apartments.
Just these 2 apartments, and they share the walkway.
Okay, can I see what's on the street level after that?
Well, it's dark, so if you go to the edge and you look down...
Don't forget, we were
it's 4 days after the new moon, or full moon, so it's a light day out there at night. You can look to the ground. I think we were getting pretty close to dawn, so maybe even the sun is beginning to not quite rise, but blue in the sky. And you can see the ground below you is just streetways, walkways, a couple of people early in the morning getting off to a head start for whatever their job is going to be.
We're going to be running out of this place with just a bag of weapons.
Well, I'm wondering if with a rope and like his bed sheets, if one of us got to the ground level, could we not like lower something down? Like I'm not saying like fancy vases and stuff like that's clearly gonna break, but like weapons, probably not gonna get damaged from falling if I like lower it down on a rope and drop it to you. So I'm trying to work out if any side of this balcony looks over into maybe like an alleyway, or a seldom visited courtyard or something like that.
Using your expert 4th level thief skills of like gauging the time of day and people's movements, you figure that the best side of this house probably has maybe like a 50-50 shot of someone seeing an 80% chance of someone seeing something being lowered over the side, because that's really obvious. Like anyone will see that can have line of sight to the building. And maybe only 50% chance of somebody seeing you actually on the ground on the street. But from a distance, like someone's going to notice.
Yeah, but at night, though, if it were nighttime.
If you came back tomorrow in the middle of the night, well, it'd be fine, right? Unless for any reason there might be other people watching the neighborhood from rooftops at nighttime.
I actually don't even... It doesn't even really matter if someone sees us, because like they're gonna know that someone's killed this guy and robbed him. It's whether they can identify us, which we can probably take steps to avoid.
I'm gonna put a fistful of copper coins in the guy's mouth and put his head on, like, is there a table? I'll put his head on the table with copper coins in his mouth and a copper coin on each of his eyes. And then I'm just gonna... You want a perception check? Do you want a luck roll? I'm trying to find something that I think is magical. Or
as he says that, as he's messing with the body, I will also take a sword from nearby and put it in the hand of the body.
Excellent.
So it looks like he was armed when I killed him.
Pigeon. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna roll a die for you. I want to know if you succeed. Absolutely. This longsword, the longsword that Luther is beginning to put in this guy's hand because it's right near the bed. Oh, don't use
that one.
Why not? Yeah. This one's sick. Look at it.
That's magical. Yeah, we need to take that.
Magical. How would you know?
I can just tell.
I mean,
look at it.
I look at the sword. Does it look magical? No.
The handle is wrapped in some sort of like rough leather, a leather that you've never seen before. Definitely not cow or sheep or goat. It's actually like sandpaper rough, and it has this like beautiful maroon color that you're barely able to make out in the darkness of the night. The blade itself is solid steel all the way through. And the cross guard has like, these very nice, gentle, rounded features that it would take a master smith a while to carve. Like, this is definitely the nicest longsword you've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right.
I'm going to look for, now that we're near him, I'm going to look on his hands. Does he have rings on?
Yeah.
I'm going to take his rings. And I'm going to look for, like, does he have a dagger on him?
Yep. No, well, not on his body. No.
I'll take the dagger that's near the bed.
Yeah. I mean, you can
take that.
Yep. All right. So you're taking the longsword, his rings, and his dagger.
Nick will have the longsword.
I guess I'll take the longsword, yeah. Is this sword the thing that you're telling us, like, after looking through the apartment, this stands out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I mean, there are a lot of weapons here. There's 4 longswords, 2 scimitars, 2 sabers, 3 rapiers, 4 daggers, 2 warhammers, 2 flails, 2 maces, 3 battle axes, 3 short swords, 3 suits of chainmail, 4 shields, 3 fancy helmets, 4 sets of leather armor.
Holy fuck.
I'll take a set of chainmail. Here's a D3 for the one that I grabbed.
Yeah, I need some chainmail too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab the second one and I'll put it on myself.
Okay.
So
Can you describe to me the other two sets of chainmail, Neil?
They're pretty interchangeable. Neither
Is
of
the
them
one
are
that he's
particular-
wearing also interchangeable?
They're all pretty interchangeable. Chainmail doesn't ever really look fancy. You just put fancy stuff over the chainmail. Because the chainmail gets fucked up real fast. It's real warrior's armor, you know? The really nice suits of armor are usually what we'd call parade armor. It's what you would like walk around in. And in battle, you just take, you know, you've got your special battle armor, which is just meant for practicality.
Okay. I start like laying all the weapons out on the floor of the apartment
yeah.
and categorizing them in size.
Yeah.
So I want to look at the smaller stuff first.
As I just want to note that if we want to take
Time's
the time
ticking.
to be gathering and categorizing, time is passing and we are close to dawn. If that makes
Come
a
on,
difference.
Luther. Let's just take the daggers and the short sword and that.
Point to your longsword that you have.
And let's get out of here. We got gems.
Let's just think for a second though. Like, do we not want to just spend the day here?
They're going to be coming. We killed so many of them. They're going to be looking up here.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, he's right. He's right. We need to leave.
I'll take the 4 daggers,
The short swords.
the 2 short swords, and we'll take the sword and we'll get out.
There's
Wait,
3
what
short
else is
swords.
there?
You want them all?
I'll
Yeah.
take the 3 short swords.
Is there
4
any
daggers.
spending money anywhere quickly?
Yeah.
Does
You
that
can
look
gather
around?
up hundreds of copper, silver, and gold.
I'll put 50 copper into 44 copper into the guy's 42 copper in the guy's mouth and 2 copper on the eyes. 44
Great.
copper in total.
Okay, Neil, what else? I'm still not encumbered. I will take a set of chainmail, so that is, I'll put
How
that
much
on.
does chainmail weigh again? 50?
40?
Is that true?
40.
Maybe we don't take the chainmail.
You could
Like,
just
if
take
it's not
the
magical,
shirt
we
if
can-
you want.
We can buy chainmail with money. Like, this might not be the best
Yeah.
value
I
to weight ratio.
put the chainmail on and I realized like I can't fucking move in this and I drop it.
Yeah. Well, the chainmail is a top and a bottom. The top weighs 15 pounds and covers your chest, gives you the most AC. The bottoms just cover like your pants, and they weigh less. They weigh a lot more and give you less AC.
Oh, I'll take the chain shirt then. How much AC
Chain
does that
shirt.
provide?
3?
And it's 15 AC?
15 pounds.
No,
3
15
AC.
pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'll take that.
Okay, fine. I'll do the same. 15 pounds. 1 chain shirt. We can comfortably get to what encumbrance, do we think? Medium, no problem.
Probably. I'm at light right now.
Okay. We've currently got the 1 long sword, all the daggers, and all the short swords. Neil, what else might be worth taking?
Well, there's
What are the weapons?
27.5 pounds of silver and gold.
How much of that is gold?
7.5 pounds or so.
How
Okay,
much
well,
is that?
I'm definitely taking-
I'll add that.
Okay, you get the gold. yeah.
Add 387 gold to your character sheet, Pigeon.
Holy!
All right.
400
that
gold.
brings me to medium.
Mm-hmm.
And then how much did the gems weigh? I don't know how many there are yet. Gems.
The gems plus the bag, we're just going to round to a pound.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I've still got weight to spare then.
I've got a little bit of
Uh,
weight too, yeah.
Well, there's
Being
rings
co-
and amulets and silverware.
Yeah, I'm taking all of the rings and amulets and stuff.
All
Yeah,
right,
give him the rings and amulets.
5 pounds.
I'm writing Geralt. I'm calling it Geralt's jewelry. Yeah.
Sure.
Those are
His name
magical,
is
Nick.
Carlo, but that's fine.
Uh,
You can call
His
him
name's
Garrett.
Geralt. No.
Geralt. Okay.
Come on, now.
Let's-
You pick the token, you know.
Yeah. What else? What else? What other weapons were there?
Well, there were also
So-
paintings, some fancy
No.
bowls, silver candlesticks,
No.
silver.
No
Yep.
weapons.
990 silver. Okay, weapons: longsword, scimitar, saber, rapier, dagger, warhammer, flail, mace, battle axe, short sword, chainmail, shields, helmets, leather armor.
What are the helmets like?
They're nice, good. 2 of them are like protective sparring helms that you would wear just like in practice and look a little dinged. One of them is like a nice, fancy, great helm.
Take that.
You think? I
You
feel like
take
it's,
it, Nick.
it's ridiculously
Do you know
cumbersome.
how many helmets I've seen be magical in this game? 0. That's why you put one here.
There's no way it's magical. I don't believe it. Does
I
it look
believe
like it could be magical now? Is it very finely crafted?
It is very finely crafted.
All right, Nick.
But
you
like,
gotta
what
take
magic helmets? Come
Does
on.
it look badass though, or does it look stupid?
it looks like a fancy parade helmet that you'd wear if you're like going to try and show off, because the other two are clearly the practice helmets. This is the display helmet. This is the nice one.
Doesn't look like it's ever been in a fight.
If it was ever in a fight, it's been cleaned up since, and you can't tell.
Nah, I'm not taking it. What else? The weapons was, so there's no, like, was there like a crossbow or anything like that?
No bows or crossbows.
This guy's a badass, man.
Yeah, he's too much of a badass for that.
He's too good.
What about, is there a spear? No?
There are some just wooden dowels that
Training
you would use
spears.
as a spear. Yeah.
While he's looking at the weapons, I'm rifling through. I'm like tossing the place through his desk, and I'm trying to find, like, I don't know, a fucking book, a ledger, like maybe something that he's been writing.
Yeah, you'll be able to find. In the younger solo man, the artist's room, I think you picked up some documents. In the older man with the two women in the bed's room, there are some small notes here, like scrolls that have been handed, like messenger scrolls that he's received, and there's a stationery station with a bunch of writing utensils that you would use to write things, and there are collections of like notes that he's
I
received.
grab all of those and I throw them in my bag. I don't take like the writing utensils, but I'm taking the notes and the scrolls.
Got it.
Any weight on that? 2 pounds.
We're not caring about if you squish the scrolls, right? If they get fucked up, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
throw 'em in my bag.
we'll call it like a pound of encumbrance just for the volume it takes up.
Perfect.
Did you say a mace at any point in the
It
weapons?
did 2 maces.
What are they looking like?
Like pretty standard battle maces, a wooden stick with some wire wrapped around the base of it, flanged on 4 sides with kind of a sawtooth pattern.
Filter the weapons by any that look like they're finely crafted enough to be potentially magical.
Okay, so we're going to take the weapons off the walls. We're going to pull them out of their sheaths. We're going to take a good look at everything.
I mean,
It's fine. Yeah, don't worry. The sun starts to peek up over the horizon. You're looking at this saber. Now, the saber is pretty good. Magical, you've never seen a magical item in your life. You're looking for really fancy
getting
looking stuff.
greedy.
And this saber, I mean, it's a nice saber.
Yeah.
But how would you possibly know
Neil's
if it's
taking it.
magical?
Neil's baiting me
on.
now.
We
Okay,
gotta get out
fine.
of here.
I grabbed the saber, Neil.
Let's
What
go,
about, I mean,
let's
there's
go.
battle axes, there's
Pigeon's
scimitars.
tugging at you as you're looking at him.
Wait, let me just roll 1 perception check, Neil, and then I just grab one thing, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I get a 20, so I grab the saber. Where
Okay.
we go?
All right, we go.
So where are you going to go? Down the main door or down back into the dungeons?
How do we get out of here?
So, if we could just go out the main door into the street, right?
Down a staircase, down to the ground floor into the street, but you've never gone that path. That's new uncharted territory.
I think we should just do that.
I agree.
Did we,
We just
Did
start running down the main.
Did we find keys on the guy, or like in his house?
Yeah. Well, you found
Yeah,
keys
so-
on the young man.
Yeah.
I guess you searched the place. You probably found the keys of the older gentleman too.
So I'm writing that down. I'm calling like the first guy DV because I think that was his initials, and I'm DV and Geralt's.
I'm gonna use Geralt's his 2 daggers, whichever ones look the best.
Okay.
So I got those in my hand as I'm running down the stairs
Great.
with my chain shirt on.
All right, Nicholas, roll me a D100. You want to roll high.
Oh, goody. Well, that's my specialty.
Wait, yes!
Oh, look at the easy.
Yes!
The good seed.
Oh, we're on the golden path.
We are. We are the blessed ones.
All right. You get down to the ground floor without being seen by anyone, without being stopped by anyone. No one else is coming because it's just like a switchback staircase that goes down with like rows of doors that open up onto common platforms. So you have to pass by like every single door on this side of the building. But with an 85 at this hour, no one is waking up and coming out conveniently as you're going downstairs.
Come on, let's go to Haraway.
Much to my disappointment. You make it out onto the streets.
Yeah, we're nearby. Let's go.
We run to Haraway. So we're running to the ruins.
That
Why do you
means
think we
during
run?
dawn, we're going to be crossing through this part of town. We're going to be seen because you've just got backpacks full of stuff and like weapons at your side that you've attached to your hips. Like You're wearing chain shirts. You're walking around in armor with weapons, carrying like loads of loot. If you come across anybody who might be criminally inclined, you are just a walking
Everybody's asleep.
target.
That's the kicker. All of the criminals. It's early in the morning. They've been up all night, Nick. Where
I agree now, but we're not just going to walk down the boulevard, you know.
we're gonna be taking the alleys.
Yeah, I mean, we use some level of ability to try and limit our exposure, but it's inevitable. We've got to leave this area. So yeah,
Right.
We go.
But I think we try and get into the abandoned zone as quickly as possible. Like we're in our stomping grounds pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Did you see I was staying on Harrow Place in London the other day.
I did. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't respond because I was busy, but yeah, no, it was cool.
It was about as inviting.
You make it through the streets of the Redcoat territory. You get out into this sort of uncharted, I shouldn't want to say uncharted, but unclaimed zones. And you pass people in the streets who stop and watch as two armed and armored figures, packs laden with stuff, hurry past at half speed. But nobody raises a hand or comes to get you. You quickly
They'd get killed if they did.
Make your way all the way into the abandoned ruins. The ruins of the town, not the abandoned part.
Yeah.
And find your way back to Harrow Way.
I'm going to throw a perception check out to see if I'm being followed.
Yeah.
31.
There are definitely people who look after you, and as you run past, they like come to the cross street and look down the road to see what you're doing.
But no one followed us into like the abandoned area.
No, nobody seems to be chasing after you.
Good. All right, we go to Harrow Way.
We were walking through our old neighborhood there. Are any of these people that saw us people that know us, Neil?
You didn't get a look at everybody, but just judging by how things go, if somebody doesn't know you, they'll probably be describing you to other people who did know you. So, I don't know, a small chance that somebody you know personally saw you, a high chance that someone you personally know got a good description of you through the gossip chain.
Yeah.
Not great.
I mean, nobody knows where we live, though, do they? Not really.
No, you left behind all your friends and associates. You just you disappeared one night without a word.
Yeah.
All right, it's fine.
Okay.
Can you believe it, Luther? That guy was a chunk.
I think I'm still in a little bit of shock. I didn't say anything as we make our way to Harrow Way.
All right. Well, there it is. The sun is up.
And I think
streets are quiet.
Yeah.
We're going back to that same place where there used to be all those fancy locks, but the locks are gone now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you head back in. You head downstairs. You go to the crypts. There you are.
No, we're not necessarily going to the crypts, are we?
Yeah.
I think we're just going into the building.
Okay.
We're in the building. I locked the door, and now we're chilling.
And now we want to get all of our shit out and take it in. And, rest. Look at, take inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got 12 rings, 5 necklaces, a long sword, 4 daggers, 3 short swords, 2 chain shirts. You didn't take any of the copper or silver that you found.
I actually have it on my character sheet. I took 400 silver.
Okay. There was more.
I just took what I could carry. Yep, cool. I just took 400.
Perfect. You got a bag of 30 gems.
Oh my god.
Maybe
30?
we should be playing some better music. Yeah. And what was it? 387 gold?
Yeah.
Luther, we're rich.
This is insane. Who was that guy?
Who cares? Look at what I got here. Maybe you can figure that out.
And I'll pull out the notes and scrolls, and I'll just kind of hand them to Luther.
I start looking through the things as he's handing them to me. What am I looking at? So just mundane correspondence.
Yeah. A lot of, well, to you, they're pretty mundane. It's a message, like a reply message from someone. And you don't know what the original message says, but this is someone being like, yes, we have blah, 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 or, meet me at this other place, or dearest Carlo Vallejo, blah, 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 blah. The weather over
Last
here is
name?
so nice, blah, 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 blah.
Carlo Vallejo. Do I know
Carlo
it?
Vallejo. You have a
Is
local
he like
history
a-
proficiency,
is he a,
don't
yeah,
you?
Is he a legend?
Yeah, actually, you do. You have local history. Cool. You
I
don't need
do,
to roll a
yeah.
check or anything.
Okay.
He knows who he is.
Carlo Vallejo is a former head of the Demon Slayers.
Oh my god!
shit.
Oh shit!
Retired, used to be in charge of things. Handed
fuck.
over the job. He's known as like the guy who did what he could and then got out of the game and disappeared to live a peaceful life. He moved to the other side of the city. It's not very often that one of these violent organizations has somebody who steps back and retires. Carlo Vallejo retired.
Right.
No.
So
Do they think that it's going to be the Demon Slayers who did it then?
no, it's the red. It's probably the redcoats. They finally got to him.
Oh my god! We're gonna get a war.
Anyone could have assassinated him. Yeah, that's fine.
That's good. That's good.
I guess
bro.
we need to work out whether we want to take credit for this or not.
I don't
it-
think we want to take credit unless, in the future, let's
Yeah,
say
we need the dust to settle,
Yeah, we need the
and then
dust
we
to
can-
settle.
Mm.
Now, if you let the dust settle and then one day you claim you killed him,
We have
no one's
proof,
gonna believe it.
but we have info that people probably won't. The average person isn't going to know that the man's face was beheaded, put on the table with exactly 44 pieces of copper,
Yeah,
2
but
in its eyes, ton in its mouth.
Whoever you're trying to
Who's
prove
to
it to
confirm
probably
it?
doesn't know that either, right? Unless you can claim this immediately, anyone,
not
anyone
worth it
could
then.
claim it, right?
That's fine.
I'm not saying you can't try to,
Yeah.
but I just want to let
We
you
can,
know
yeah,
that.
it can't
you
be
know.
proved. But the idea that things can be proved, I think, is quite a modern idea. I mean, back then, nothing could be proved. Basically, you just chose
Right.
whether to believe what people were saying or not. I mean, it's
Right.
not like
Worst
they could pull
case,
it up on their phone.
we could get a truth detection ring, if it was that serious of what we're
Yeah, you
why-
could just
why
get
we
one of
need
those
to
at
do.
the local Walmart.
It's easy, yeah.
Well, whilst we're having this conversation, I look over the assorted items that we've gathered, and some of these look like they could be magical, right, Neil? The long sword. What about one of the daggers? One of the short swords?
Yeah.
Are they fancy looking?
2 of the daggers are really nice. One of the
Oh,
short
nice.
swords is really nice.
We did it.
We did it, Luther. Look at it.
Yeah, but what does it do? We're gonna need a wizard.
Here, just spar with me.
Okay. I pick up the short sword off the floor. It's cursed. We got you. You've fallen into my trap.
That is what I want to do in a future campaign, though. I want to have a cursed item, and I want to eventually retire the character, and I want to see someone rob the character and get that shitty cursed item and just absolutely torpedo themselves.
Cursed item. Neil had an NPC that had a cursed dagger that always had to be in his offhand when he was fighting. Or
Yeah, it was
his-
Carl, right?
Oh yeah, it was Carl. Yeah,
But
it was Carl.
we never used it, so I don't think it ever affected us.
Yeah, no,
We had it in
definitely.
Tomb's
I forgot
story, I
about that.
thought,
I forgot
yeah.
about that. Yeah, a storied history, that dagger.
Yeah.
So Neil's now looking up what the short sword does. But we'll never know without a wizard. I mean, if it's just a +1 or +2, we might work it out, but... I wonder if we can find someone that he... if he had an enemy or something like that.
That's why I took the notes.
Yeah.
He, in theory, might talk about his weapons?
That's true.
Because I was thinking, he's an accomplished person. He might be writing a memoir.
He might be, yeah.
So that was my goal. But yeah,
If he's the head of the
Demon Slayers.
Demon Slayers, one of the gang, the Pitmen, might be interested in these notes. Maybe we
Yeah.
tell the Pitmen that we did it. Do we think they can protect us?
The issue is if we tell people this was a big guy, and if we tell the wrong people,
Yeah.
we might get turned in for credit or for rep or for something, you know?
Yeah, but
They might be
people-
putting out a huge reward for the people who killed him.
Sure, but you wouldn't snitch, would you?
Would you
I
cinch
guess.
for 20,000 gold? Like,
I don't know. You know, criminals back in my day, they had honor. Honor amongst thieves. Great
do we
movie.
have honor? Do we have honor, Luther? I killed those ladies.
I wouldn't. I'll kill someone, but I wouldn't talk to the fucking pigs. Luckily, there is no pigs. Actually, I suppose. Well, you know, we spar
Yeah.
with our weapons, I guess, whilst we have this conversation.
Yeah. There was.
trying to think of what their relationship is. If the Pitman and the Demon Slayers hate each other, I think it's fine. But if they're like neutral or friendly, I don't think we should.
Yeah, we need to find out a little bit more about the relationship.
Relationship, yeah. But I think we need to take a week off first.
Yeah.
I could have sworn in one of these books there was a line that was talking about identifying magic items and
Thought there was too.
how magic weapons really only can be identified through actual combat, not mock combat. Like you actually need to be. But I can't find that ruling anymore.
Well, we've never done that before, but yeah.
That's why I was looking it up because I recall reading it recently and being like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Why haven't I been doing that all along?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing that if that's what you want to do. I think it's because at the end of the day, you still want to identify it anyway because it might have another property.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to identify it.
but like, as long as you know it's good, like whether it's +3 or +2 actually doesn't
Yeah.
affect you. Well, it will because Neil will forget to account for it. He'll say he'll account for it, but he'll forget.
And then you'll never know.
Yeah. So there is that element of it, which does haunt me, to be honest.
Identifying potions, but no identifying magic weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. We're gonna leave it be. So you play with these swords. You know, you're tired. It's been a long night, but you've still got some energy to burn on these things.
Adrenaline.
Let me open your character sheets real quickly. Take a look at some of these stats that you've got. Well, I'm rolling like trash, which is sometimes good for you and sometimes bad for you. Right now, it's bad for you. Maybe it's the fatigue, but none of these are seeming to be magical right now. Or maybe they're all magical, and so they're like canceling each other out. Or maybe they're not showing their properties until it's like a life or death situation. Or maybe you're just not good enough in combat to be able to notice that, 5% difference.
So you're not saying that they're not +1 weapons?
Correct. I'm saying you are getting a...
Can't tell.
Yeah, you just can't tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll spend the day
Yeah.
here, and then in the night, we'll bring the ship back home.
Okay.
Yeah, you think we should go back to our house?
I think we need to go home to rest for a week.
Yeah. I mean, we could rest, I guess. Could we rest here? No?
Get
I
food?
suppose. Well, we'd have to
You're
go and
never
get
going to
food,
be
but-
really resting in Harroway because it's dangerous. Like there's oozes, there's that weird monster, there's zombies, there's like you need a place to rest.
All right, we got to go back then.
Yeah.
I think then we should discuss what we're going to say. With what are we going to do with all this? Like gold and gems, we can use that. That's fine. I mean, like that's enough money for us. But what do we do with the weapons and the notes?
Let's go downstairs and we can put the weapons that we don't want / need right now in, one of the corpse places, and we can come back for them. We'll just leave it unlocked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go down to the catacombs, and in a random place, pretty far in,
Mm-hmm.
we'll put the weapons that we're not going to use.
And then
Yeah,
you
mark
mark it
bodies.
so that you don't forget, right?
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you
We
mark,
mark it with.
Because you don't want to, it's a catacomb area. You forget. You'll have to like
No.
pull out every body, and then they'll get all mangled and broken, and then you'll be like
Absolutely.
putting parts of people back. It's just going to be a mess.
The bodies themselves, they're like wrapped up with like, are they like, they've got some cloth on them and shit like that.
Some of them have cloth on them. Some of them are just clothing.
Yeah, well, anyway, I loot the body to try and get a bit of cloth and like a cheap medallion. And I'm going to tie the medallion around the cloth. And then I'm going to tie the cloth to the handle of one of the doors. So it's like got the medallion hanging off it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's in with the bodies, but anyone
Do
walking
that,
through
but
here
do
would
it
see that there's
two-over.
Yeah, okay. We do it two over. So it's within 2 spots of the medallion.
perfect.
So even if we forget which one it is, we'll still be able to search in the area and find it.
Yeah.
And
Got it.
I get under the body and I put the weapons like under the body, not just like directly when you open the door. You'd have
Right.
to like dig around under it to get there.
Right, you got to handle some corpses.
Yes. You get your hands dirty. So what do we put in there? I think we keep the obviously magical short sword,
We keep the daggers, all 4.
the 2
We keep the
magical
rings.
daggers, or
Yeah.
all the daggers.
There's 4 daggers, so we're gonna keep them all.
Okay, do you think we should keep all the short swords?
No.
Only
Short
one of the
swords are
short.
big.
Only one of the short swords looks fancy, Neil.
Yeah, the other 2 are regular, everyday, high quality short swords.
Okay, I take the fancy one. He takes the 4 daggers. What about the longsword?
I say you store that for now too.
I look at it. I swing it around, Neil. I don't have a longsword proficiency. I have a short sword proficiency, and I'm not a fighter. So what would be my negatives using this?
I think thieves are at a -3 when using weapons with which they are not proficient.
But does not having a short sword proficiency mitigate that somehow?
No, they are different proficiencies.
I could have sworn that was a thing, or maybe I'm
There's
misremembering that.
one way of doing proficiencies where you've got weapon proficiency groups, but it's
Yeah,
one of those
okay.
optional rules I prefer not to use.
All right, I'll store the longsword then.
Okay.
Wait, before I store it though, I hold it and I try and make a little triangle and say, shit, what does he say? Like Igri or Quen or something like that. I try and cast one of his Witcher spells. It doesn't work.
No.
Alas.
No. I'll keep the silver, I'll keep the gold, we'll put those, we'll bring the notes.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'll read them in the week's downtime.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so it's the next morning.
Hey, give me some of those rings.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
I'm gonna put 2 of the rings on my Giga fingers.
Excellent. They are too big for you, and they will slide right off. They
All
are,
of the rings do that?
well, you're kind of a skinny guy, and this dude was
this is
well
good.
built, so his rings won't fit you. You'll have to get
That's
them
a good point.
resized. Like you could
That's
put
a
them on
good
your
point,
thumb or
actually, though.
something.
do any of them fit in there if he tries them all on?
If I try all of the rings, do any of them fit? Because I'm probably going through, I'm like,
None of these fit.
Then none of them fit.
okay.
Here, they might fit you, fatty.
These are men's rings. I say as I take a couple of them and put them on.
With your
They
thicker,
fit.
meatier hands, they will.
That's right.
More or
My
less
thick,
fit.
meaty hands.
One of them's a little bit weak or loose.
That's fine. It's because it's a thumb ring. I put on my thumb.
I'll put on the
Done.
amulet then.
Great. There are
We
5.
look ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
We've got like amulets and
I'll
rings.
put on the
and, like,
coolest
magic-
one, Neil.
There's
like,
one
super
that
expensive
stands
weapons.
above the other.
Oh yeah, I'll put
It's
that one
jeweled. Yeah.
on. Nice. We're looking awesome.
It looks so obviously. Okay, we're about to leave. I've got my backpack on. I've got my short sword's in a scabbard, Neil. So you might see the
Hilt.
you might see the hilt looking fancy, but the sword itself just looks similar to how I would usually look.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a
and
longsword
I've-
too, right?
No,
We'll
I'm
put the
stashing
longsword away.
I'm stashing the longsword. So I've got rings on my hand, but I look at Pigeon with his giant jeweled amulet.
My chain.
How does he look? Does he look obvious? Like, does he look like a target?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, if you're wearing these rings that you've got on your hands, you're a target. The amulet only makes that more obvious.
How fat? Like, are the rings like they couldn't be like fake gold?
I mean, you could fake it, but they look good.
Yeah,
I'll
Right.
tuck my amulet in if you say something about it.
yeah. I mean, I think at bare minimum, that's what I say.
I'll put
Okay,
them
at a bare minimum, you need to tuck that in because that
All
looks
right,
insane.
I'll tuck it. I'll tuck it.
I'm
are
not
you
sure
taking the
about the-
chain or are you leaving it? I just want to make a list of what's left here.
I am keeping the chain.
Nick, are you keeping or leaving the chain?
What chain?
Chainmail shirt.
Oh, no, I'm taking that, yeah.
Okay.
But I
is it-
take it off and stash it in my bag, though.
I'll take it off and
Okay.
stash it in my bag as well.
All right. So you're leaving the long sword. You're leaving 2 short swords. You're leaving the saber.
Are you taking the saber, Nick?
Wait, what proficiency is a saber? Is that just a short sword or is it a scimitar?
It would be a scimitar or saber proficiency. It's separate from longsword.
So at -3, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave
Even
that.
with a short sword, I leave it then. Yeah.
Okay. So we're leaving the saber, the 2 short swords, and the long sword. Is there anything else we're leaving? The scrolls?
Nope.
The
No,
Gem?
I'm
gems?
taking
Bringing
the
those.
scrolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Worry not. We might get a weapon proficiency here, Nick.
And we didn't take any paintings, bowls, candlesticks, ceramic plates,
No.
silverware.
We're not fucking art thieves.
No.
We're murderers.
Okay. All right. So Haraway just has 4 weapons stashed into it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And you were going to leave during the day, at night. When are you going to head out? Spend a day
The
and
next
a night
night.
there? Okay.
Yeah. We spend out the rest of the night and then the next day and then we leave that evening.
Okay. MrMouton, roll me D100.
64. So close to 69.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's time for us to get killed. Just when you thought you'd gotten away with it.
Well, nighttime comes. The city gets quiet. You've been here hungry all day because you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
No one brought food for this adventure, and so
Why
you've
would you?
been just hanging out in this house, thirsty, real thirsty. It's been a lot of excitement, a lot of running, and you're all pretty dehydrated. You're hungry, but you can stave off the hunger.
Wait, I will say though, it's been raining. Probably. I think we can probably collect some water from like the gutters of the houses around here.
It was raining?
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. Based on London, no? Probably raining. At some point.
This place is not London, although it is April.
Weather check?
So I'll give
April
you.
showers.
Bring May flowers. That's right.
I'm rolling the wrong one. You got maybe a.
This point is
Nope.
academic anyway, because unless you're going to give us penalties for not having drunk any water.
I'm not going to give you penalties for 1 day without water. I'm just.
Exactly. But I'm saying that I think we could probably get some water. But
Yeah, that's fine.
You could maybe go find a puddle that's collected in this abandoned, ruined part of the city, but I don't know if you'd want to drink that. That's not exactly sanitary.
no, but there might be some water dripping off the beams of the houses that you could collect. That's kind of essentially being filtered.
Perhaps. I think it's not pressing for now. It's
fine.
also not raining, but it's fine. You can head out at night. You're going to go from one side of town to the other, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
go from Haraway and then just go home.
Yeah, we're not going to return to the scene of the crime this time. We're just going to head on the road.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On the road again. I don't think we go back through the area that we walked through to get here.
Yeah, no.
'Cause I'm imagining
We're going to go like
walking
this,
past,
Neil.
A guard talking to some peasants, and the peasants are like, "That's them there now."
Probably
And
like
then they
this.
chase us down the street.
Got it.
What did you say they look like, man?
He was
They were two
bald.
black. They were two black males. They looked very intimidating.
Like,
These goddamn racist peasants.
With a 62 on your encounter check, you will get home without issue. It doesn't take you that long, maybe an hour to get there, maybe an hour and a half, but you'll end up home.
Wonderful. And we take a well-deserved rest, I think.
I'm going to change the... hold on. I don't remember if I took a... Did I ever take a lock, Neil? Do you remember that happening?
From where?
If you don't remember and I don't remember, it's fine. I thought I might have,
Nope.
but it's fine. Okay, cool. We'll take a well-deserved rest.
Okay. And your rest. What's this gonna look like? Because now you got money.
Wait, now that you say that though, maybe we don't need to do it for this house, but we could like install a bar on our front door from the inside. That might not be a bad idea wherever we live.
Let's do that for this house right now.
Yeah. Like maybe not right now, but tomorrow we'll go to the market and buy a couple of like, the things that you would need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna home alone this house.
Fucking yes. Well, we are the wet bandits, don't forget.
Where is our? I actually don't have any happy fun time resting music because
Give
it
us
never
the
happens.
2 times leveling up music.
Ah, right.
Yes.
Okay. So, party, we're gonna rest in this house, but I want to know, like, are you? When we say resting, is this like you're going out and buying meals and tipping well and coming back home? Is this simply like laying low in your house with minimal movement and buying like the same old cheap food from the same old places?
I'm gonna be real with you. We probably want to lay low and not spend any of the money, but let's be realistic. Like, we're not gonna do that completely. So I think it probably amounts to the first few days. We keep it cool. We don't spend that much. Probably by like day 3, we go out to the kebab shop and get kebabs for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Probably by like day 4, day
we gotta
5.
go to Raj's.
Well, we might as well just go to the pub. We might as well just go to the pub for one drink.
One drink.
So I think before the end of the week, we probably end up having a night out in a pub, spending too much money. But we're not like going to the fanciest
If Patricia's there on Friday, I'm tipping her well.
Yeah.
She was looking out for me, and she told me to get a job. Figure it out, and we're rich again. It's time.
Yeah. I think it's okay if people think we've had a score.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to think, oh, these people have now got 100 times more money than they could have ever had before.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about that day, that night that you spend in, I imagine it's Rusty's Tavern or Rusty's Hook.
Rusty's Hook.
Rusty's Hook, yeah.
Yeah. So you go to Rusty's Hook after a few days. You've had some kebabs, you've had some good food, your house is looking pretty trash. You're laden with money. You've got gems and jewels and jewelry and all sorts of stuff. And you go down.
Oh, well, I don't think we're
Hook.
bringing the.
You're not wearing
amulet.
your rings and your amulet.
I'm not
out?
wearing my amulet. I don't know what he's doing, but I think that Luther would have probably. Would Luther have told me not to wear that around?
The amulet. Yeah, it's clearly it's patently ridiculous, right?
Yes.
To wear that. Yeah. So I think maybe don't wear that.
All right, I'll keep the amulet in house.
You've had it on you for days now, and you can tell it's got some sort of like ceremonial meaning. It's not just like a jewel in a disc. There's like little carvings around the outside. There's like some signs of swords and stuff. Like,
Now, Luther, this amulet makes me feel amazing, man.
Yeah, it's probably magical, right?
I shrug.
Well, I don't know, but I feel like Martha wanted to give me this.
Yeah, Mel, maybe your Martha's chosen.
Oh, wow. You think so?
Yeah, sure. The life of
God.
the good life you've led. I mean, sure, you've never hurt a fly. Why wouldn't Martha bless you?
I nod, yeah.
Yeah.
As he says that about his amulet, I start like taking these rings off that I've been wearing, Neil. Do I feel any different? They just feel like rings, do they?
they just feel like nice rings, nice heavy rings.
Yeah, I will get a piece of string and I will tie both the rings to the piece of string and then like tuck it under my shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
we're not going out with
the 30 gems, and I'll tuck it in my
But
my britches.
on the understanding that we barred the door to our house.
Yes. Now let's talk about that. That's a great thing. If you want to go out and buy some like nails and hammers, you can nail your door shut. Like
No,
with
that's
a
not
board.
what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
If you want to use like a nice bar where it's got, hooks on the sides and everything, you would be hiring someone to come and install that for you. Is how it would typically work.
fine.
You're
is
not
that
gonna
something
just
that we
have
can
the-
do on a day on a sort of couple of day notice?
You could maybe try to improvise something like that with just some boards and nails, but like we don't really have the same sort of hardware store availability. You would essentially
I mean,
go
if I want to get someone to do it for me,
yeah.
Is it like today where I've got to fucking scroll through Check a Trader and call 15 plumbers until one of them like reluctantly agrees to come and visit my house in 3 weeks' time to charge me £400 just to look at it, but then he's going to order the parts and it's another month until he comes and fits the fucking thing? Or can I like, Dave, can you come and install a beam on my door?
Yeah, you go to a person, you say, Dave, install a beam, and Dave says like, you know, he gives you an estimate for when he's free. He might be free today, he might be free in a week, but you know, he'll just show up and do it that day.
I think we get someone to come
and
we get someone to come and like, bar the door and make the house a bit more secure. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the local lock guy and I'm gonna buy a nice lock.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to the lock, I want to talk about the bar, because you can bar the door, but you can't unbar it from the outside. It only works when you're home by yourself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, so when you leave the house, your house is unbarred, but you can bar the front door when you're in the house.
I appreciate that, unless you've got a secret way out of the house, so you can bar it from the inside and then sneak your way out. Do I have a secret exit?
You do not.
Okay, so in that case, then yes, it's only going to be barred while we're there.
Great, love it. And where is all the wealth that you've stolen? All those like fancy things that you're not bringing with you in your house?
Remind me, when Steel Team 6 robbed us, did we have to show them that we'd buried the stuff in the basement? Or did we just give it to them? Like, do they know that we were burying stuff in the ground, in the basement, is what I'm asking.
When they first robbed you, you fought them off. The second time around, they beat it out of Pigeon. And he told them where it was buried and where to find it.
So they broke in and dug it up.
Yeah.
They probably dug the whole basement up for like a day or two. Because as we recall, it's not very easy to find the spot that you want to dig without the actual, you know.
I think we should probably still bury the stuff then.
I think we need to move.
Yeah, we do need to move, yeah. But for right now.
For right now, where's the stuff? Are you burying it in the basement?
Yeah, we'll bury it in the basement.
Okay.
A new spot.
New spot. Cool.
I guess we don't bury it all. Like, I carry some wealth with me and I bury some that way. Like, if we get robbed while we're out, there's some at the house. If the house gets robbed, we've still got some on us.
Sure. Whatever wealth you want to bury, put it into your wealth and hoard section.
Your home section, right?
So
your wealth and hoard. Well, what about the
for the coins? For the
so how much coinage do we have?
The text entry things put in house.
I have 387 gold and 400 silver. Sorry. How much gold do you want to bury?
How much gold was it? 200 and
387.
I say we bury 200 gold. And we keep 187 on us.
All right. And then what would you like to bury for the silver? Keep it all?
No, I say we bury 200 silver.
Okay. And then what about the gems? How many gems do you want to bury?
There's 30 gems.
Yep. I have one on me, so there's 29 left.
No.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Luther, I'm seeing your character sheet has 101 gold on it.
Yeah.
And 200 in the basement. Okay, you're both marking. We need like a communal house sheet.
Community sheet.
Yeah, because you're both putting gold in your hoard in your basement, and you both have silver in your basement hoards, and I don't know.
Well, hang on. I've been keeping track of the hoard since we started. I've only just added 200 silver and 200 gold to the hoard.
Perfect. Then I'll take mine off. That's
Where
fine.
was that 430 silver that was there before?
It was 630 silver.
Sure.
And our last thing that we did, I can't even recall. What
right,
was
but did SEAL Team 6 steal all of that?
They all stole all of that. SEAL Team 6 stole all of that.
This is after.
Did you have a score after that? I mean, I know you got...
SEAL Team 6, I recovered, and then we did this big score.
They lent us money.
Yes.
That's true. Right? That is true.
Yeah. I've been keeping track of this. I don't think this is wrong, but...
Okay.
I believe you.
If you say that's what it is, then that's what it is. I know they lent you silver.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
We made some money somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a new sheet called House Hoard.
Perfect. How much would you like to keep in gems, Nick?
I don't know. Neil's throwing me off now with this.
It's like it truly doesn't matter. It's just silver.
Well, it does matter.
Well,
I take it.
Yeah, 630 silver is a lot.
Yeah, you got to keep track of all. There's more than just these gems though, because there's the jewelry tree from the the Playboy guy we killed,
Yep.
as well as all of Gerald's jewelry as well,
That's right.
as well as a bag full of gems that we got off the Playboy guy.
That was the 30 gems, I think.
That was the 30 gems. Okay, so didn't Gerald have some gems as well?
Did he?
No, the bag is there's one bag of gems that you found.
From whose house?
Danny's.
Okay.
Yeah. Playboy. Where would you like to keep all this on the house hoard sheet, Nick? In the on area?
I guess do we need another sheet? I suppose
I don't care.
we do.
As
now.
long as it's
All
in
right.
one spot, and it would be
Yeah,
nice
just
if you
keep it
could
in
both
yours.
access it.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. I'm gonna move this to here then.
All right. How many gems do you want?
I just take a handful of gems.
4 gems?
Yeah.
All right. So there's 25 gems buried. What about all of the rings? There's 2 more amulets buried because there was 3.
Yeah, we have to bury the rings as well, I think, right?
How many rings do you have?
I've got 2
10?
on me, but I'm keeping the 2 on me.
Okay, there are 12 rings. 2 of them are ornate. 8 of them are fancy.
What about the other 2?
Ornate.
You said there's 12 rings. 2
It's
are
12
ornate, 8 are
4,
fancy.
I'm sorry, 4 are ornate.
Got it.
Yeah.
What's the difference between ornate and fancy?
Ornate is better than fancy.
8 fancy rings. 2.
Well, the 2 I've got around my neck, are they ornate or are they fancy?
Those are ornate, is what I would assume, unless you want fancy.
Though, so there were
okay.
5 neck. Oh yeah, the 2 that you had, I imagined you took the most expensive 2,
Okay, yeah.
There were 5 amulets.
including the really nice one that you've got. There are 5.
So there's
That's
4
wor-
amulets
Mhm,
in
yeah.
the thing, and I have 1 amulet on me. What should I
Right.
call this amulet?
The
Ornate,
one that you
fancy?
have is a jeweled amulet, or a jeweled necklace, we should say. Amulet, whatever,
Necklace.
same.
Okay.
And then there's 4 fancy necklaces.
And then there's 4 fancy necklaces. Is there anything else?
Yeah, there is 35 pieces of miscellaneous jewelry that you pulled from Playboy.
Add that in there.
Perfect. That's buried.
Yep. And then it's the 830 silver, 200 gold. The jewelry tree, this
Yeah.
twisted wire thing. I don't know, you can't really bury it in the ground. The weight of the soil will bend it out of place. It's kind of a delicate thing.
We'll just keep that upstairs.
Okay.
In my room when I want to go to bed, I'll put my nice amulet on there.
Perfect.
Does this 35 pieces of miscellaneous jewelry include the 3 rings and the earrings that the guy himself was wearing when he died?
Yes.
Okay.
Do any of those rings fit me?
Yes.
I'll put 2 of those 3 on, and then I
Okay.
will make that 33 pieces of miscellaneous jewelry.
Great.
Can we just think for a second? Is there really there must have been another time that we made gold between getting robbed and now? Because I'm sure I remember deleting everything when we were robbed.
Then
I
you
believe
did.
that you deleted everything. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Well, no, but can any of us remember what we actually did?
We got
Tonight.
money from the dude. Then you did the thing with.
I did a job for
Porsche?
them, yeah, but they weren't very happy with me.
Yeah, they weren't very happy with you. But I would just assume that money was the.
But I've got
I don't know.
100 gold.
Well, you were given 100 gold by the Pitman as a loan to get back on your feet.
That was 1,000 silver, yeah.
Yeah.
My guess is you got some
And then
money.
I made
last
I
session.
made some money pretty quickly because I remember paying them back.
Yeah, you paid him back a little bit, not all of it.
Yeah, exactly. But I got some money because that's why I paid them back.
True.
What did we do? Did we not rob another house?
It's not on the Fathom notes that we took.
Yeah.
Oh, you sold them the cipher book that you stole from Mickey.
That's right. Yes.
I think that's how you paid down your debt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got some gold for that as well, I think.
You were going to get 20% of their take if they got anything off of it.
Great deal.
You took a job to create a distraction, but
the
it didn't
guards,
go
yeah.
well. Yeah, I don't think you got paid for
It went
that.
too well.
Didn't you just get like? Oh, I know what the 100 gold's from. Last session, that was that guy's going out money. He had 2 little bags of 100 gold.
Oh, that's
Or
already
2
part of the
bags 50
387.
gold.
Yeah.
Got it. There we go. Okay. So
Okay.
let's remove. I'll remove 100 gold from me.
Okay.
And then we'll have 87 gold in my personal wealth.
Okay. Perfect.
There we go.
Luther, you want any of this?
I show you my 2 bags of gold.
How much have you got? 87?
One has 50. The other has yeah.
No, that's
37.
fine.
Okay. And then
What about the silver?
I've
200
got
silver.
I've got silver.
You're
I'm
good?
alright.
all right.
All right. Well, and
We go to the bar.
Well,
I
okay,
wanna
you get
grab-
a guy to build you a barring thing, right? So that's going to cost some money. That's going to cost you. The first guy will needs like 5 days before we can get to you. The second guy that you could visit says he can do it today, but it's going to cost. It's going to cost you 44 silver to do
That's
it.
fine. I pay him the 44 silver.
Perfect.
Can he also... Is he a locksmith, this guy, or not?
No.
I wonder if we can... Like,
I
can
wanna
we
buy a good
attach
lock.
Yeah, can we attach a lock to our front door?
You can. You can hire a locksmith to come out and do that. That's going to be a much longer wait time. And you already know. You don't have to listen to
We
this.
don't need a locksmith, really. Because Pigeon's a locksmith.
It's true. You'll need someone who knows carpentry enough to like install a lock. Because Pigeon might be able to pick a lock, but like fitting it into a door.
But our beam guy could also install the wood that we or whatever in order to let us fit the lock. So I think if Pigeon can buy a lock, and then today, then we can do the lock and the bar today.
Okay.
I go buy a lock.
Yeah.
Lock.
I mean, in theory, you probably should have taken one at some point. but-
That's what I thought too, but I don't have it on my character sheet, so
Yeah.
it's just kind of.
Yeah, well, it's not
Fell in the
easy
way
to
then.
take a lock out of a door.
It depends what kind of lock it is. I
Yeah,
mean, if it's
the
a
lock
padlock.
that I
Padlock
thought
is
I
different,
took
yeah.
was the padlock back in Harrow Way, but I don't have it on my character sheet, so
I think it got probably stolen.
probably yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice lock, yeah.
Let's see. Where
Dude,
was
if we
the-
buy a good padlock, we can bring it with us when we move.
Mm-hmm. But an excellent padlock is 1,000 gold, and a
Holy
good padlock is
shit.
100 gold.
How quickly could you break a good padlock?
I
wouldn't?
could break a good padlock in 3 to 4 minutes.
Well, fuck then. That's crazy.
Nah, 10 minutes. But yeah. An excellent padlock is what we should get in the future. Or we should
1,000
steal.
gold is insane, though.
We
yeah.
should steal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine,
but it's not going
bar
to
will be
come in a
enough.
padlock form. Those really
Correct.
fancy ones are going to be. Yeah. So, what sort of lock do you want to buy for your house? Talk to me.
A good lock.
Oh, like good by definition.
Yeah. So it's 100 gold is the cost.
Okay. Excellent. So the process for this is going to be usually you go to buy a lock and the locksmith says he'll like part of selling you the lock is installing it. He doesn't just have like shelves full of locks. He'll take a look at your door, see what fits, and then he'll like in the days before interchangeable parts, everything is boutique made, right? So you say I want a lock. You don't get it immediately. He comes, scopes it out, designs a lock to fit your door because all the doors are different widths and everything is a mess.
I think if he's telling me all this, I'll just say,
Oh, well, we're about to move anyways. We'll get back to you, and I'll get you for my new place.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
fine. Fuck this guy.
yep. All right, we
Great.
get our bar and we go.
All right. We're at the tavern. It's nice. It's cozy. There's fires. There's lovely people around. You've got money. You also owe a debt. You owe
let's
money
settle up.
to these people.
How much do we owe?
I don't go straight away. I have a couple of drinks. and then I catch the eye of the guy who I made the deal with. He's like the guy who runs the bar. What's his name? He'll remind me. You know.
Sorry.
You know his name.
I'm doing math.
Grom.
Grom.
Yes, Grom the bartender.
Yeah, I catch Grom's eye after like the second drink, and I ask him if I can have a word, and I'll kind of like go into a corner of the bar with him and settle my debt, which was 399 silver
But
on
it's
10% a week interest.
Yeah, so it's 483 right now.
Okay, so I hand him a bag of 50 gold. No, 43 gold pieces. Was it 430 you said, or 480?
483.
483. Okay, I just hand him 50 gold then.
Okay. He'll take a look at it. Would you subtract? Perfect. He'll, open the bag as you hand it to him, take a look inside, and then kind of just take a half squat behind the bar, and you can hear the coins being pulled out onto some slab or probably like a cutting board that pulls out. And then there's just a quick, like a few moments later, you can hear the coins being swept up and deposited back in the bag. And he'll stand back up and say, very well, good job. I'm glad to see that you've gotten back on your feet.
You know what? That loan there was just what I needed. We've had a couple of good scores. Yeah, we're back on our feet and then some. Thanks for your help, Grom. You let me know anything that I can do for you.
Well, you could tell me how it is you made ends meet.
Well, that, Grom, is a story that you would not believe, let me tell you. If I just told you now in this time here, I wouldn't be able to convince you. That's a story that needs a few pints, a warm fire, and a long evening of back and forth to really do justice.
All right. I'll wait for that time then.
Yeah, I give him a wink and like pat on the arm and walk off. Happy that I've cleared my debt.
Yeah.
As you're walking back, you see Patricia and
that's exactly what I was
Pigeon,
going to say.
and you see Pigeon. Oh, Patricia, here, get me another. And he just hands her over like a gold and then like two silver.
God.
The gold's obviously for her.
Yeah. And she'll put like a hand on your shoulder and say, it looks like you've gotten back on your feet, Pidge.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't even believe it, baby.
Wow. I'm glad that all that time I spent nursing you back to health with my own two hands didn't go to waste.
Yeah, I got something for you too.
What'd you get me?
Well, I gotta give it to you after, when it slows down. But just you wait.
All right, well, don't go too fast now.
No.
Hey, Patricia, I say as I sit back down at the table.
Hey, Uncle Luther, she says as she heads off to get another drink.
Uncle, I say. Uncle? How old does she think how old is she? I assume she was like an older woman, but maybe she's not.
No, Patricia, she's like
older than Pigeon, I mean, like more like my age.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely,
Yeah.
she's probably like a year or two older than you, actually, Pigeon.
Yes.
That's what I was
Sorry,
thinking. I thought she was like, I thought
she's
Pigeon
older
was
than
like
me, sorry,
18.
Yeah.
And then I was like, she's probably in like her 30s.
Yeah, 30s, something like that.
You know what? I say, you know what, Pigeon? You're getting dangerously close to her finding out that you don't know what the fuck to do with a woman like that in the bedroom.
Shrug.
I'm gonna give her my rings that I got on.
Yeah, Cologne will keep a woman happy, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the same as, well, Let me just say, you got a thing or two to learn about women, son.
What do I gotta learn?
You gotta learn how to
Oh, Patricia will teach me. It's fine.
treat him right. Luther's a little bit jealous that Pigeon actually seems to be getting somewhere with Patricia. But it's all in good spirits.
Yeah. Can I get
I take my drinks.
Can I get a wisdom willpower check from both of you? Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Double natural one. So this is the night where you can't really, like, you're in good moods. Patricia's giving you attention. Grom over at the bar keeps like looking over at you from time to time, Luther. You can tell that Your success has
Noted.
impressed the locals here at Rusty's Hook. And with the natural ones on your willpower checks, I think the night gets maybe a little out of hand. Natural ones is pretty bad. There's some generous tips.
Yeah.
There's some good food, not just the regular old food. It's the good food, you know.
Yeah,
it's a nice.
We spend
night
a little
here.
bit too much money. I think
How
that
much,
makes.
how
I
much
think that
gold do
makes
you want us to
sense.
take off? 20?
Oof, that's a good night.
That's a good
night. Yeah.
I mean, you probably tipped Patricia like 5 gold over the course of the night
Yeah.
alone, right?
I took 20 off my sheet. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's on this
There you
night's on
go.
Pigeon. I know I rolled a 1 on my Oh no, it's not perception though. So do I see Steel Team 6 while we're here?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Because if everyone else noticed, then they noticed, and if they noticed, then I'm worried about them going to our house.
No, they're not here tonight.
Okay, they're not here. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Do you know what? I'm not even thinking about them. I don't even know why you brought them up, Pigeon. I'm not even thinking about them.
Here, Patricia, I got these for you.
I'll take the rings off my fingers and just like put them on hers.
Yeah. As you're just giving her your rings.
Yeah.
After you give Patricia these rings and she heads off, a brave young man gets up from it where he's sitting by himself, straightens his shirt, preps his hair, and comes on over to your table and stands before it and says, may I have a seat?
You gotta buy us around.
Of course. I'd be happy to.
Okay. All right. What's your
Excuse me,
name?
waitress, ma'am. Hot stuff. Could you come over here? Get a drink for my friends, please.
Oh, she's my girlfriend. You can't call her hot stuff.
I'm so sorry. I meant
It's
no.
No, it's fine.
Take a seat, kid. What is it you want?
Well, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Tycho, and
Nice to meet you, Tycho.
I thought that 2 upstanding gentlemen like yourself might be in need of some services, and I and my friends happen to provide some of these services.
What do you do?
You already heard the lad said that he's got a girlfriend. He's not interested in your services, Tycho.
That's very funny of you, sir. It's not exactly what I'm talking about.
Then what are you talking about?
Well, me and my friends are particularly good scouts. If you ever need someone from, to keep an eye out for you for anything, or watch someone, follow them around town, something like that. If you ever need any extra eyes around the place, I'd like you to consider myself, Tycho, and he kind of points back to his table. He was sitting with people. If I said he was alone, that was a mistake.
Okay.
We do good work. We're always
Don't
looking
forget,
for
everybody in here is losers trying to get fucking
Yeah,
jobs.
it is.
And now we're the big dicks in here.
We're
and
the
he's
big-
coming
we're the
over
big
here
shots.
groveling.
Yeah. So, Tycho, you done much work in this area before, you and your friends?
it. Yes, sir. We've done some work.
Who have you worked with?
Well, I couldn't tell you that now, could I?
I know.
Correct answer.
Yep.
You almost fell for the oldest trick in the book there, Tycho. Well,
He beams with pride.
my associate here and I, we've got a lot going on at the moment, as you can imagine. A lot of fingers and a lot of different pies. If you catch my drift, I give him a wink.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, just so happens that someone with your set of skills could be very useful to us, but there's a lot of people out there selling those services, Tycho. So I'm afraid I ain't got anything for you right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep your name, Tycho. And what did you say your friends? You got a group name?
Gotta
Do you have a
group
name for your group? Yeah.
We've been kicking around a
Tychos.
few, but
Okay.
we haven't come up with one yet.
Oh,
Okay, well, let's see. I think that's your first mistake there. I mean, I think if you're going to try and step into the big leagues,
Well,
you're going to be coming with a big league name. You know,
the Broheims is the name that we've been really kicking
Broheims.
around. Yeah, Tycho and the
not
Broheims.
bad.
I actually don't really mind what the name is. I just think you've got to have it there front and center. You've got to own it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, like I said, a lot of fingers, different pies and such. I've got nothing for you right now, but you drinking here? You're going to be in the Rusty Hook going
Every
forward?
night that we can. I mean, every night that we're not working.
Will you watch this table, Tycho? Because one day I'm going to come over, I'm going to give you some work, and it's going to be the next step for you. Thanks for introducing yourself.
Thanks
and then
for...
I kind of like wave him away.
We'll be here, sir. And he heads back to the table.
I lean back in my chair.
I lean back in mine.
I cross my feet. Like, oh yeah.
That's how it should be. Yeah,
I soak that in big time.
Some respect around here.
It's about fucking time too. Well, this is it, Pigeon.
This is the
We
life.
finally made it to the big leagues.
Did I tell you about my plan, Luther?
Tell me about it. I want to hear it.
I think we need to move. And I heard that there's...
I'll kind of lean in and whisper this quietly.
I heard there's a new place up for rent.
That's genius. It's so evil. It's great. I bet as well they'll be having a sale on the rent, given
Oh, yeah.
recent events.
A lot of people quit.
Interesting. You think they can cover something like that up?
I shrug.
Maybe we should go the next week and kind of scope it out. Return to the scene of the crime.
What if we send Tycho?
Yeah. Call him back over here. But what
Hey.
is he gonna look for?
Tycho, come back over here.
He gets up, hurries on over.
You good at listening?
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe there is something you could do for us. But it's a one-man job. I don't need your whole group here. I don't care who it is, but it's just this is a job for one man. Solo operation, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see, in Redcoat's territory, there's a set of buildings near the marble vents. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh. I know the vent you're talking about. Which buildings?
They're on Piccadilly Street. I explained to him where they are
Okay.
in using the local nomenclature. Say, I just need someone to watch those buildings for the next few days and report back on what's going on there.
Sounds like a 3-man team then.
All right, how much you want paid?
We'll scout a building just to report back on what's happening around that building, right?
Yeah.
All sides of the building or just one side? Just like a specific door or the whole building? Because the whole building, you gotta, either be constantly circling it or have multiple people watching.
I'm not looking for a minute by minute recap of every single person that comes in and out of this building. I'm just looking for the vibes. What's going on? Is there any major events happening, or does it all seem pretty cool? Maybe you spend the first couple of hours on one side of the building. Maybe you spend the next couple of hours on a different side. You go where the action is.
See if I've already created an economic sheet for this. If not, I will give you a price.
I would
I don't know. Is this gonna get it, Luther?
Well, I have to wait to see his quote. Compare it to our usual team.
We're gonna be taking a chance on you, kid.
Maybe we'll be taking a chance on you, kid.
5 silver a day.
15 silver. All right. Here's what I'm going to say, Tycho. I'm going to give you 5 silver right now. And I'm going to see you back here in 3 days' time. And I'll have another 15 silver for you right then.
Okay. I'll take the money.
Yeah, I give him 5 silver.
All right. Done.
Fantastic.
He heads back to the group with his friends. They'll spend the night drinking away that 5 silver.
Let's get out of here. I'm sleepy.
Yep, let's go. Wait, but what about your girl?
Oh yeah.
I'll
gotta holler at your girl.
stumble on over there. Is she still here?
Yep, she's still here.
Hey,
she's
Patricia.
currently serving another table, and as you come up to
I'll
the
wait.
table,
I'm respectful.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You wait. You can see one of the blokes at the table, like, kind of puts an arm up around her waist as
Oh,
she's
no.
putting
Oh.
drinks down.
Awful.
And she
terrible.
she gives him this like fake plastic smile that totally
tell.
is just a bunch of
Yeah.
bullshit, right?
She's just doing it for a job.
And she'll like pat him on the head, but as she does so, like the pats kind of push him away. She like steps off back from him, and she takes their money and gives them a smile, and then walks away, but sees you and like actually brightens up and gives
Of
you a
course.
wave. Mm-hmm.
I'll call her over.
Hey, I'm gonna be heading out for the night, Patricia.
So soon? Well, you
Yeah,
get your rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my rest. Here.
And I'll reach in and I'll hand her one more gold.
I'll see you again. All right.
I hope to see you back here real soon.
Maybe I can even come by.
Why don't you come by here tomorrow night and we'll talk?
All right.
And I'll leave, yeah.
Young love, I say as he catches back up with me.
Oh yeah.
Let's get home. You could do some sleep. I am feeling good. I'm walking on air as we head back to the house at this point. I'm high on the kind of respect that we've just been shown.
That's why it was an expensive night.
Yeah. It costs a lot of money to be Tony Soprano. Like if you ever watch like Goodfellas or some shit like that, like everywhere these fuckers go, they're like giving everyone like cash all the time. Like, here you go, here's cash, here's for the family. Oh, how's the kids? Blah blah blah. Like give them money, making money.
Yeah.
You've got to earn that respect.
Yes, it doesn't come cheap. And tonight, 20 gold, 21 by the very end, I think, and a couple of rings. That's respect. That's the price.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we
Cool.
take our first break right here, and we'll come back on the other side with a little more Hardly Heroes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardly Heroes. So, we're going to spend the rest of the week in downtime. And then we're going to hear back from Tycho. But before then, I do believe we're due a level up.
Oh, we do send like or tell what's his name during this week of downtime. Grom.
Well, it can be after.
After, okay, cool.
After, like, let's do the level up first. We get to the end of the week. I spend a lot of time on this week reading through Carlos Vallejo's notes as well. See if there's much of import here.
Right.
There's any individuals that keep coming back up. I know you want to talk about the XP. I'm just letting you know that I'm doing that.
Right. Perfect. Okay, so last time we got experience was episode 6, it looks like.
It was episode 11.
11? What are we on right
10
now?
or 11.
No, we're on 11 now.
Today is 11.
Yeah, I think we're on 11.
Wait, did we really only get XP 5 sessions ago?
Well, that's when you leveled up to 4.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
7 had no experience. 8, I don't remember what happened. 9 is when you almost died. And then 10 or 11 brings us here. Is that right?
Yep. Sounds right.
Is that right? It feels like
I would assume that we would have got XP
ago.
probably around 10. No, sorry, 9, because that's when I almost died.
Yeah, I think when he was recovering,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely had a break then. We would have got XP at that point, no?
I'm looking for, where did I send all those Fathom notes?
I have 7.294 XP.
I've got 6.436.
You DM'd them to me too.
Yeah, but I'm not actually seeing experience in any of those. I'm sorry, what were your XP totals?
6.436.
7.294.
Yep, so you haven't gotten any XP since episode 6.
Okay.
Big XP.
Ooh, man, this might take a little longer. So episode 7 is first running into Steel Team 6 and fighting them.
Okay. Episode 8 is Pigeon recovering. Me talking to Patricia, finding out that all the stuff's gone.
Right. So episode 7, you Steel Team 6, everything, the initial fight and the beatings. That's 7.
Yeah.
8 was he's with Patricia.
Yeah.
9.
And I distract the guard.
Right. 9 was the initial scouting of the location, and then 10 was the location. Okay. All right. So let's get some experience gathering music, and let's do it.
But this is episode 12, isn't it?
11. This is episode 11.
Okay.
Okay. So XP, episode 8. Pigeon, you were basically out the whole episode.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, it happens.
They killed that guard.
You did kill a guard.
Oh, he killed himself, but you know.
Yeah,
and I
you
escaped
did
the guards twice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Since we weren't marking all ability checks, I'm just going to do some generous rounding here. Where was... experience? Here we go. So we're gonna say 100 for this, plus 50 for that, and I think you used maybe 3 thief skills that day, and then you killed a person. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 50, 200. All right, and then episode 9 was the initial scouting of the tunnels and everything. We got some good lock picking in there. Luther. I think we're gonna do 200 for each of these. I think Pigeon did a bunch of lock picking that first time.
Oh yeah, the first and then whatever this time was.
Mm-hmm. There was the first time there was a little bit of combat, so a little bit of combat experience.
Killed
for both
one
of
guy.
you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You guys are always role playing your characters well. Always doing that. So experience for that. Experience for that.
A lot of move silentlies and listenings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You eavesdrop checks.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get you. That's gonna be 1350. It's gonna be 5. Episode 10, session 10. That's where you killed all the. That's last session. That's where everyone got murdered and everything got stolen. Okay, so
liberated from their mortal coils.
Mm-hmm. It's a managed economy, you know.
We're Reluna followers. We're sending them back, or Falumbra.
Mm-hmm. All right, so survival plus role playing well.
Killing a level 8 fighter.
Yeah, the level 8 fighter. Let's see. Okay, he was a level 8 fighter, but you didn't kill him, and you assassinated him in his bed while he was laying there, so it's less experience than if you actually fought the guy.
He woke up.
He woke up, but he didn't ever get a weapon in his hand.
But listen, that's like saying, right? That's like saying to a fighter who's just killed a dragon. Yes, you killed the dragon, but you only did it because you're a master longsword specialist. You know, like the reason why we were fighting him at disadvantage is because we used our class abilities.
That's right.
To put us in a position to do that. So is that any different from the fighter with the longsword?
If you had been looking at this 8th level fighter and trying to find a way to kill him and then came and assassinated him in his sleep, definitely full experience. But coming across a random person, rolling well, and then them turning out to have a lot of HP, less experience.
All right.
It's not nothing. It's still a lot, but it's not
Yeah.
full 8th level fighter if he was in his armor and had his weapons and had been like hunting you.
I said, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Gold and
my,
silver XP.
My
Oh.
argument was slightly disingenuous anyway.
Yeah.
Since I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you, but I do think it's a good point.
Nope. I appreciate your pushback. You got to
Yep.
keep me honest. Oh, and then there were some other people that were killed.
Yeah.
And then
Like
there were a
Four?
the two
bunch
sorcerers that
of
he was with.
checks. So we're gonna
True.
do
Wizard.
a bunch there, and this is gonna come to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we don't give you XP for gems and stuff until they've been exchanged into gold, but you did get gold
Wait,
and
did
silver.
we ever get the XP for selling the original 1 or 2 gems that we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the last time we got XP.
Yep.
Okay. So
It's gonna be like 1,000 XP, Nick.
No.
Pigeon, you get 3,936.
That is lower than I expected.
Times 0.1.
Do you have 16 decks?
Yeah.
And Luther,
332.
3786.
11626.
Always getting shortchanged here.
That's all right.
Yeah, Pigeon did a
but
lot
versus you.
of. There's a lot of lock picking on Pigeon's part. I think he ended up using more thief skills than you, and that is really what swayed the XP slightly in
I
his
don't know
favor.
if he did, though. I mean,
I've leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think of how many doors I had to open. I had to open 20 doors. In reality, I should probably get. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think how many times did I eavesdrop? Like so many. It's the same. It's the same. It's worth the same XP as a locksmith.
Did you eavesdrop 20 times?
Yeah, I
There's a
think
lot
so.
of
I
eavesdrop- a
didn't
lot
get
of
20
people eavesdropping all over the places, and
Sorry.
yeah, you know, we
Is
encountered
that-
this a little bit in Tombs of Scoria, where thief skills can't be like spammed for experience. They kind of have to be valued at interesting and important points. So if you listen at like 30 doors going through a dungeon, it's not gonna
No, but let's say, just for the argument's
6,000
sake, right?
experience.
There's 30 doors, yeah? I eavesdrop, and he picks the lock of each of the 30 doors. So I've done 30 eavesdrops, he's done 30 locks picks. Theoretically, it should be the same XP, no? Or not?
If he wasn't eavesdropping, if you were just doing the eavesdropping and he was just doing the lock picking,
Yeah, that's what's happening, I think.
yeah, I think he did a lot of eavesdropping too, and I seem to recall Pigeon using more skills at the end of the day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you should both level, right?
Yep.
Just, I did 10,000.
You should be. For the next level.
Yeah. Or is it 8,000?
Yeah, it's 10K.
Is it just about, yeah?
At every level divisible by 4, you get a weapon proficiency, so we don't get that.
Yeah, 10K. Did you hit the level, Luther?
Yeah, just about, yeah. 200 XP off. Well, like 200 XP over.
Okay, excellent.
We have a new multiplier. Increase the multiplier for every 4 points of AC cleared.
On your assassinate.
Yep.
Yes, your assassinate just gets a little bit better.
Did it used to be every 5 points and now it's every 4 points?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see.
Yep, and then at level 9 you get advantage on your damage roll,
Oh, sick.
and then
Really good.
at level 13 you add +1 to your damage roll before you multiply.
Pretty cool.
So we just get HP in that?
HP
And thief skills.
points.
Oh, yeah.
And no weapons, no non-weapons.
We get 15 points, right?
It's D6 for HP, or is it D8?
Yeah.
You go first, mate.
Take 4.
Oh,
Classic, man.
I'm
It's
healing
hard
back to
to-
full, Neil. It's been a week.
yeah, you can heal back to full.
These... I'm just rehashing things that I've said for the last 10 years.
I know.
But the HP rolls are so... It's like the most like long-term power impact of any one roll, I would say. Except for maybe like you're about to die, it's a save or die. But in terms of how strong your character is.
Yeah. It's frustrating that you can't necessarily build a character around having high HP because it comes up to the roll. And you can't be like, I want to play a tank, because you can just roll ones forever. And then the person who's like, I want to play the little stick boy can roll, eights forever.
I'll reiterate what I saw in a different game system, which I think is a really good way to do it. So we've got 5 D8 hit die, yeah? What you do is every time you level up, you re-roll all of your hit die, and you only change your XP, your HP, if it's above. So say you roll 2 D8 and you got 16 at level 2, and the next time you roll 3 and you only get 15, then you're still on 16. But if next time you roll 48 and you get a 20, well, now your new total is 20.
That is a cool system.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Sorry, I think that technically, I don't know if we level here, because apparently on the Thief rebuild, it's saying we need XP for 12,000. Whereas on the 2E Rogue one, we need 10k.
No, you're absolutely right. This thief is stronger, and so it does take 12 to get there. I do believe.
Amazing. I'm rescinding that
Are we
one.
unleveling?
We are unleveling, boys
Alright.
and girls.
Nothing really
No.
changed then. Good.
I question how all of that can't be worth a level, O'Neill.
I do.
Kind of
yeah.
feels crazy.
But it's fine.
I mean, you ran around in some dungeons for a little while, and then you stole some loot. Now, if you sell these gems, if you sell this jewelry, if you sell all the loot, you're gonna get some more.
We're about to
XP.
do that, Nick, so we're good.
But how are we going to do that?
We're about to go confess
yeah.
to the Pitman. Yeah.
And if you ever get those rubies back from Steel Team 6 and sell them,
Forget about those losers.
you're just gonna
Yeah.
let them keep your stuff forever.
We're going to get in with the Pitman.
We're gonna get in with the Pitman.
And then we're going to demand it back. And they're going to give
All
it
right.
to us. That's what's going to happen.
We go to the Pitman bar.
Yeah, we go back there. We're waiting for Tycho, right? It's 3 days later.
And we want to talk to Rom.
Yeah. Well, we go. It's the day that we're expecting Tycho back.
Yeah.
3 days hence. I have his 15 silver for him.
All right, it is the night of April 27th. You've got the 15 silver. You hand it over to him. And
Because do they come over to us? Yeah. I
yes,
assume.
yeah. They come on over. Or Tycho
Tycho
comes over. He leaves his buddies behind. And Tycho will come on over and
Take a
say, I've
seat.
got the news if you've got the coins.
Of course.
You don't think we have the coin?
Well, it's just something someone says.
I'll show him
That's
my
Don't take no
bag.
offense.
He'll see a bag laden with gold,
We got the coin, kid.
Right. Of course.
and I'll put it on my side.
Take a seat. You're not giving a speech to the whole bar. Sit down.
He sits down at your table. So, that place that you asked me to take a look at on Piccadilly Lane.
Yeah. Piccadilly.
Well,
Piccadilly. Did you go to the wrong area?
no. He said the right name. Yeah.
A lot of turmoil that's going over there.
Uh-huh.
Let's say it's a bit of a shit show. Bunch of people moving out.
It's the perfect time.
Good. People moving out.
Seems that there's been some sort of series of murders and break-ins in the area, and the
Oh, no.
local gang that was working the spot, they've all been killed, and it's just too much violence in the neighborhood. And so some of the folks are leaving, some of the folks are staying.
Wait. They've been killed by who?
He shrugs.
Like the murderers, or were they like executed by their superiors? Fucking up.
it didn't sound like executions. It sounded like two gangs had a fight, and the locals near that building, the ones that were working out of that building, got killed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you got there.
Yeah. A few days beforehand.
Oh my God. Evans.
Project.
He shrugs. Whatever. I mean, that's the name of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the gang members killed off. The people's houses broken into. A bunch of people decide to leave for safer ground. Take off out of that area. It's weird. It's a green zone spot. You don't see a lot of gang warfare there, but also that's what happens when you set up your base of operations in the redcoats. Eventually, they're going to come and get you. I assume that's who did it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've
Usually
done it to
not that
us.
violent, though, so it's a little unusual, but maybe they stole something of importance, or maybe, I mean, not all nobles are little flower boys, you know? Some of them, are real dark in their
Some
hearts.
are real bastards.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're just as fucked up as you or me, Tycho. They just know how to hide it better.
Well, that's not all. A bunch of innocent civilians got killed. A real fancy guy, someone that used to be way up in the Demon Slayers, got killed there too. A bunch of stuff was stolen, it appears, and the whole area is a little unstable.
Someone from the Demon Slayers, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you hear that?
I was asking folks what was going on when I saw people moving out.
Jesus, so
people
the
saying?
Redcoats made a move on the Demon Slayers?
No.
That's big
Someone who
news.
used to be.
That's huge news.
Yeah.
I say it loud.
Oh, it used to be.
Oh.
Well, good job, Tycho. Anything else?
Well, what if you could tell me a little bit more about why you're asking? There might be details that are more salient, things that I might, otherwise skip over. Like, is there anyone in particular you're looking for? Is there something that you were wondering about that place? Is there anything in particular you were looking to find out?
Well, are they no longer working there?
Who?
I shrug.
Whoever you said was maintaining it.
Well, I don't know who owns the buildings. I don't know who is providing protection for the area. But
Listen.
I think a lot of the people in the building are leaving, and the nearby buildings too. The whole sort of neighborhood around the tower seems to be pretty disturbed.
Jesus.
I've noticed a bunch of
That's,
new guards placed at doors. Recently hired folks, some kids with clubs, even just standing
That's what I
around.
wanted to hear.
All right.
So there's still some people living there then.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big building, and the whole neighborhood's
back.
the whole
And they got
neighborhood's
new
a mess.
guards.
It looks like there's some new private security firms in the area.
Interesting. Well, Tycho, you've given us everything we need there. I'd give you more context if I had it, but I don't. We're just doing a little bit of, what would you call it? Sort of real estate research.
Here's a
doing
tip.
our preliminary due diligence.
I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out 8 silver and I'll slide it on over.
Excellent. He'll take the extra 8 silver.
Yeah, I give him the 15 silver as well.
Yep.
That he's owed. I say good work there, Tycho, and say thanks to your tykes as well.
Tycho and the Tykes.
Tycho's tykes. Yeah.
There you go. There's
Doesn't
your
it
name.
sound like little kids though?
Yeah,
like a little
'cause
tyke?
you're the big guy, and they're your tykes.
They're your Tykes.
Little
They're your little
tykes.
kids.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
you're no,
I
you
don't think
like
I
that
want to
one?
be associated with a bunch of children. That doesn't sound like a good fit for me.
I don't know. You're a scout, little guys.
I
They're
don't
quick.
know.
They get
I
in
know
places.
Some people called the Wet Bandits. It's pretty cool.
A bunch of losers.
Yeah, I hear those guys just piss everywhere. It's
Those
strange.
guys suck.
Yeah. No, I think we'll go with the Tycho and the Broheims.
All right.
Tycho and the
Brohees?
Broheims.
Tycho and the Brohees. That's a little bit better.
Bro.
All right.
Brohies.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you later, Tycho. Okay.
I'll catch you around, yeah. Then spend it all at once.
He takes off.
Then spend it all on sweets.
Hey, go tell the bartender we want to talk to him tonight.
Yeah. I get up from the table. with my empty glasses and take them over to the bar. And sometimes if you're trying to be nice to the staff, you're trying to do that, like you'll bring your empties with you to the bar so they don't have to collect them.
I'll see you walking over and I'll be like, you know what? I should be there. And I'll follow along.
Yeah.
Great. The two of you go up to the bar. It's a busy day. It takes a minute before you can catch the eye of someone.
But is it Grom?
We want Grom.
Oh, it'll take a little bit longer before you get Grom, but eventually he shows up. He had to move some things, and then he comes back in, takes a couple of customers, then comes on over to you guys eventually.
Hey, Grom, 2 more beers, and so what time do you get off tonight?
What time's your mom come around?
Could have a couple of drinks.
Oh, my mom died.
Talk about some things.
Yeah.
Maybe I could tell you that story I was telling you about.
Yeah, I got time for a chat. Let me just finish up with these people here, and we can go have a seat. And he'll just kind of clear the bar, make sure that everything's humming smoothly, that the rush has died down, that the other bartender can manage it.
Hey,
and then afterwards
we should have this conversation in a more discreet place so we can show him the notes.
I whispered Luther.
Yeah, let's wait for him to come over.
I know.
Yeah, he'll come around the bar and head up to the second floor with you. Second floor is not quite as busy. You can see Hudson over there by her fireplace.
I wave.
She is, her nose is buried in a little book. She's not even noticing you. But Grom will take you. She doesn't lift her head.
A bit in the arm, like just not making a scene.
Yeah. Grom will take you to a spot pretty far away from her, just an empty table where there's not a ton of people around. If you were speaking loudly, someone might be able to overhear you, but if you just have a quiet conversation, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he'll set down a plate of cross-cut French fried potatoes, and
nice.
You've got a story to tell me.
We've got a story, all right.
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you, Grom. You ever heard of a guy named Carlos Vallejo?
Carlo Vallejo. Yeah.
Yeah, Carlo Vallejo. Well, there's me and Pigeon on the other side of town. We're in Redcoats territory, green territory by the vent that's down there,
Mm-hmm.
And, we're trying some doors. We're trying to see where we can get in. And we managed to get into one of these buildings. It's an abandoned room. And from there, make our way down into the basement. And would you believe it? All of the buildings in those areas, they've got tunnels connecting all the different buildings in the basements. And this private security group, like the gang that was doing the security over there, they were manning these tunnels, like guarding them, things like that. Well, we're sneaking around. We get into a couple of scuffles, we handle a few of the guards, and we're going a bit further and we're going a bit deeper until we come across this one room. And this room's got this guy in there. He's in fancy robes. He's got all sorts of weird paintings of women. And this guy's rich, so Pigeon, he sees money, he sees gold, he kills the guy. And from there, we make our way up these stairs to the top floor of this, a tower. I don't know if you know the area well, but there's a 6-story tower near that vent. And when we go to the top floor of that building, and maybe you know where this story's going because it's been all the rage about town these last few days. But this guy that Pigeon killed down there, he owns one of the apartments up there, but the other one is owned by Carlos Vallejo. And we didn't realize it at the time, but we thought he wasn't home. The lights were off. We snuck in there hoping to get some good loot. But the guy was in there. He woke up and, it came to blows. So I was pretty dinged up myself, but luckily we got the best of him. But yeah, a lot of gems, a lot of gold.
A lot of items.
A lot of weapons.
A lot of notes.
Rings, amulets, notes, correspondence. It's too much for us.
You're saying that the two of you
looped in.
Killed Carlo Vallejo and his son Danny.
And that was his son?
I fucking told you. Yeah, that's right.
His son's into some weird porn shit. We got those too.
Yeah.
You want to see?
People all over the city buying stuff off this guy.
You're telling me
I'll pull out one of
The
the
two of
magazines
you-
and kind of hand it over.
The scrolls. Yes.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
scrolls. And I'll
Uh-huh.
hand it over.
This kid was
That's-
into some freaky stuff. Look.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, it's what happened. Swear down on the gods. That's what
I
happened.
swear
Every
by
word.
all the gods, I killed him. Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
He didn't go down easy. Let me tell you.
You fight back?
He
You
didn't.
know, he tried.
I kind of shrug.
That's just truth right there, out of character. You can't
That's
deny
truth,
that.
yeah.
It's true. He did try.
I kind of shrug and I nod.
Do you have a sword?
We got it.
When he was
Yeah.
fighting you.
Oh,
Oh, no.
like he owned swords.
no,
Do you
he
have
didn't
a
have a
weapon
sword
in
in
his
his
hand?
hand. No.
He
no.
didn't have one to hand at the time. No,
That's how
Was
we killed
he
him.
awake?
he was awake when he
we
died.
killed him. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
He
didn't
was
have a
trying
weapon.
to get. He was trying to get one.
he
You
would have
should
got
have
one.
seen him.
He was quick.
He had these two babes in his bed.
Oh man, yeah,
He was in bed?
I nod.
yeah. Like I said, we didn't think he was home. We stuck in. Anyway, what is
Oh.
this? You know, we killed the guy. Does it really matter how he died?
Well, I just want to make sure I'm talking to people who are telling me the truth, because there's no way the two of you could ever kill Carlo Vallejo, even if he was
Listen,
naked
listen.
and unarmed.
No, we got
I-
the drop on him.
Like, you know, you don't know me. You know, you're not from the same part of the town where I'm from, but like where I'm from, I was like the toughest guy on my street. So, you know, I don't know that much about this Carlo
You
Vallejo
should have seen
fella,
it, Luther.
but
He stood
I can-
over him.
I'm a tough guy. You know, I can fight.
He stood
I can
over him and he lopped his head off.
I can throw down. Yeah, and I can cut a guy's head off. You know, if I have to.
Listen, man, we assassinated that guy.
Anyway, I'm not here to brag about who killed Carlo Vallejo and who didn't. But like I'm saying, we've got too much heat right now. Last time we dealt with Hudson, we ended up getting ripped off. So this is a big haul. We got information, we've got jewelry, we've got
Are you saying
gems,
Hudson
we've got
ripped you
weapons. No, I'm
No.
not saying Hudson ripped us off, but I'm saying that someone was following her delivery truck and they robbed from us.
Well, not just someone. I know who it was.
Yeah, well, they drink in here all the time.
Yeah.
They've still got our ship, by the way.
So you're
But
telling
anyway,
me
that's story for
that
another day.
you were robbed by some people who are here in this tavern, and they still come by this tavern and they still have all your stuff, but you killed Carlo Vallejo.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them.
Do you really
Yeah, there's-
understand the difference in power here
Do you
between these
understand?
people?
We're telling you we killed Carlo Vallejo in his sleep with 2 women surrounded him and we assassinated the guy.
All right, this is making more sense.
Yeah.
You said he fought back, that he was awake when he died.
I
But
say,
what you
I
really
said
mean,
these are true statements.
what you really mean is that you stood over him and he woke up just as you were plunging your swords through his body.
yeah, we murdered him. Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to lie to you.
But you know, Grom, just for the interests of, you know, I like having a good story to tell. There's no need spreading that around, ruining the punchline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, leave something to the imagination. You know, that's what a good story's built on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what about these people who have your stuff? They
Well,
gonna
that's
meet a
our
similar
problem.
fate?
Well,
One day, I'm sure.
kind of shrug. Depends. I don't know. They left me alive after they beat me up. They ganged up on me too. Steel Team
Hey.
6.
They broke into our house and stole every penny that we've ever had. So, no, I think, you know, the gods have a special place for them when they die, and I hope to see them meet that fate one day.
Well, that's an interesting story. You got any proof, or are you just taking credit for someone else's work?
Well, this not proof enough, I say, motioning to the scroll.
I got other stuff in this
You
bag.
got some dirty drawings.
Okay, I reach into my under my shirt and pull out the 2 rings. These are on his son.
I know. You're wearing
well.
his rings. The sun's
Okay.
rings were given to Patricia. And I'll reach into my shirt as well and show him my amulet that I'm wearing.
This was his.
And
Well, that will
show him
catch
some of the-
Grom's
show
eye.
some of the notes as well, right?
Yeah, you pull out that big honkin' jeweled amulet, and Grom will sort of reach across the table and lift it, off of your chest. It's still around your neck.
Fine.
And take a look at it and turn it over, look at it carefully, and then gently set it back down against your
I'm
body
gonna
and
put
go,
it under my jacket.
well, I don't think I have to tell you how incredibly lucky the two of you are.
Yep, I think that goes without saying.
Oh yeah.
But you don't know the bad luck that we've had before we got to this point,
I've
So-
been praying every day to Martha, and she finally did it for me.
That's true. The boy prays a lot.
Well, this is fascinating stuff. Two of you are real warriors.
Murderers.
Real murderers. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Assassins.
What is it that you want?
well,
from
Grom,
me?
I've been hanging around. We've been hanging around in this bar for a while now since we moved into the area. I gave you the notebook from Mickey that we killed. I've done some jobs for Terrapin. We know Patricia well.
Yeah, that
I'm-
stuff with Terrapin didn't go so well. She didn't have great things to say about you.
I don't know what she told you, but if you were there, you'd have seen that was not my fault. Like, this guard, he was trying to grab me, and he fell on his own sword and killed himself. Like, that's not my fault. I appreciate that might have ruined the operation, and that is unfortunate, but that is not my fault. I mean, that is just what happened. Terrapin, she probably didn't see what happened, so she might not believe me, but I'm telling you that is what happened. I can
Well,
barely believe it myself, but
We got a ton of notes here. We want to work for you guys.
I mean, sorry, this is what I'm saying about the luck thing, right? Like, yes, this was lucky, but just a week earlier, this guy impales himself on his own sword to stop me getting paid. So where's the luck in that? That's not lucky, is it? So luck's the
Yeah.
balance thing. You're looking at
Yeah.
it over the long term. Wrong.
He thinks to
I'm the
himself.
best locksmith in the city.
So what do we want is
You're the
what we
best
want-
locksmith in the city?
Well, I guess lockpicker.
Really?
He's very talented.
Very talented.
I did tell you that before, but how else do you think we got into this place?
Oh yeah.
I'll show him one of the keys,
This is the type of stuff I can open easily.
and I'll
In
show
minutes.
him one of the crazy keys.
You two wait. You come with me. Come with me.
Okay.
And he'll pick up his plate of
alright.
fries and he'll head back downstairs with you, and he'll head over into a supply closet that's sort of just off the bar, like not behind the bar, but just to the side of the bar. And inside of it, there's like mops and brooms and just the stuff that you'd use to kind of tidy up the bar at the end of the day. There's even some like broken tables and chairs in here, and tools to
Can I
fix
give a
them.
perception check on this room?
Yeah.
36.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's maybe 5 feet wide, 10 feet long. It's just kind of like a long walk-in closet. There's a bunch of crap in here. There's some shelves with a few things on it. It looks to be not particularly interesting, just
Okay.
a utility room. The only thing of interest here is what you are being brought to, and it is a box that sits underneath one of these shelves. And what's his face? Grom will slide out the box. Tell Pigeon to go outside and grab a candle from the bar. And then when you come back in, he'll ask you to shut the door. So it's dark in here except for the candlelight.
Shut the door.
And this box that he's got, it has a lock in it. And Grom will... The box is shut, and he'll tug on the top. And the top is really loose. Like, the hinges on the back are all fucked up. Like, you could rip open this box with your
Yeah.
bare hands, probably. But the lock is still working. And he points to the box and says, pick it.
I will check for traps first. So here's the
Mhm.
check, or you roll it, whatever. And then I will pick the lock.
You
And
don't
your-
love this. He's quick.
Skill is 17, right?
20.
20?
I have 20 points in there.
Okay, but they
Right? Oh, sorry. The current skill is 17.
perfect.
The points in it 20. Sorry.
So yeah, roll me a D10.
7.
Takes 7 minutes to make your way through this lock. And then it opens, and Grom will nod approvingly as you pick this lock. He'll open the box, shut it again. You can hear the lock latch again, and he'll head back upstairs with you to finish the conversation.
Okay. We go back.
Yeah. Well. Maybe there's a little bit more to you two than meets the eye. No, I like to be real upfront and honest. You know, some people think being a bartender, far west side of the city, maybe not the most honest job. I disagree. My job's all about honesty and transparency, and I gotta say, the two of you are some wild cards. Real violent types, but
Yeah.
real skillful types, it seems.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what sort of relationship we could have with you. See, we don't like a lot of violence. It gets in the way. It gets people mad. You know, it leaves a trail of blood. It usually leaves witnesses. It's real messy. I'm not a big fan of messiness. I like things nice and neat. Thus, Terrapin needing not to hack and slash her way through things, but to find herself on the inside when no one expects her to be there.
I understand. There's different ways to accomplish different things. All skill sets have their uses.
Now, what I can offer you is that there are some services that are offered. There's a monthly fee to access these things, if you're interested.
Well, what are these things?
Well, there are entry-level fees. We've got someone here who good lockpick maker. And we got some nice money lending. You've seen our money lending. It's helped you out.
Oh yeah.
And I know you may seem flush right now, but that money, sometimes it burns a hole in your pocket. Sometimes you need to borrow a little bit more.
Well, what we really need is a fence.
we need a fence, and we need a wizard.
Yeah, well, that's the second thing. But we need a fence that can give us money now and not make us wait a month to get paid back. You know, we've got a lot of business. I don't want to have to wait a month every time. I mean, at some point, maybe not now, but further down the line, some sort of credit like that should be given on trust based on an assessment of value beforehand. The risk of the trade lies with the fence.
That's not an entirely unreasonable position to make, but that sort of relationship is really built on trust. And long shared personal relationship and what do we call it? Integration into the community. You know, we don't like to trust too much.
Of course. That's why we've been drinking here for so long. You know, this is the kind of relationship that we are trying to foster with you guys. So hopefully we're on our way to that. And the second point, Pigeon's right. This Carlo guy, some of these weapons, some of these amulets, rings, they could and probably are magical. But, well, don't know any wizards. Maybe you do.
He's thinking
If we
to
want to
himself.
sell these things, how can we put a value on them if we don't know what they do?
I see the predicament that you're in. Now, the problem we have here is that this is a chaotic day and age. It's a chaotic time. Someone gets in some trouble, You can skip town. There's plenty of villages out there that are taking newcomers without asking too many questions. There's some cities out there, too, where you can make your way in without too much problem. We make you a deal like this. You give us some things that we don't want our hands on or aren't worth what they appear to be at first glance. Skip town, leave us in the lurch. It's a bit of a problem, you know?
I shrug, yeah. I agree.
What
One
if
of
we
the
give you
things
like
that-
a...
Well, one of the things that helps generate trust that you're staying where you are is, you know, your home. What's your house like?
Shithole.
Shit,
Exactly.
yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could abandon that shithole tomorrow. Tonight.
We could, yeah.
When you have a home, place, a dungeon, a lair of your own, a place that you've put time and money and love into that you ain't leaving unless, you know, the whole world is burning down around you. If you have something that you value so that we know you're not leaving and putting us in a bad spot, well, that's something we can work with.
Okay. You got such a home for sale?
What do I look like, a realtor?
I shrug. You don't look like much, Grom. You're already more than you look.
Well, I'm just the bartender.
Yeah, of course you are. And she's just the firekeeper, I say, motioning over her shoulder.
I don't know what sort of operation you think we run around here, but these are the most important jobs there are. Public facing, in plain sight, managing relationships. That's the real work.
You got people who do building on your team? You know a builder? Because we've got a
We
place that I
have
think we could move into, but it needs some work.
We have specialty security enhancement engineers.
Yeah. This
are available
theoretical
for hire.
property that we would be buying, would it be preferable if it was in this area of town?
I think for your own safety, you would prefer it in this area of town, but doesn't really matter to us, to me.
Well, I don't know if you know anyone who's selling, Grom. Well, you know someone who might know someone. I'm up for the idea of
We're in the
putting down
market.
some roots, so to speak, yeah.
You put down some roots. You make yourself a regular, a real part of the community. We can get
local.
to know each other. Yeah, we can get better with one another. You find you make yourself a dungeon, and dungeon here he's specifically referring to that below the water table,
Yeah.
that soft stone. You make yourself a nice little dungeon. Well, that to me says stable, honest member of society.
Okay, so let's say that we were stable, honest members of society.
Yeah.
What kind of relationship could we theoretically have then?
Well, that opens up all manner of things, doesn't it?
Why don't it, does it?
It does. It opens up conversations, at least. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what sort of relationship you're wanting. If you're just looking for access to special services,
No.
easily
Like I said,
done.
I'm looking for a fence, primarily. I'm looking for a way to identify some magic items. And thirdly, I mean, I would like to work on some jobs with you guys.
Yeah, some jobs.
You've got the leads, we've got the skills. Let's make some money together.
The first two are services that we're happy to extend if you can. The last one, it's a real special sort of thing. Takes each operation takes the right person for the right job. And that
course.
one will be a little bit more personal touch, you know? As I said, we don't like a lot of violence. I don't like a lot of violence. It attracts the wrong attention. We don't need a whole bunch of demon slayers or redcoats barreling down our doors. We don't need temple guardians turning the people against us. We don't need the copperheads and their poison. So we'll work on that one together.
Okay.
But for now, hello, my name is Grom. I'm one of the Pitmen. It's nice to meet you. If you'd like to get closer to us, get to know us a little bit better, get yourself a dungeon.
All right.
Make it your own.
You
and
got
then you'll have to show it to us, of course. I'll want a tour.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Okay.
Excellent. He'll stand up and extend a hand first to Pigeon and then to Luther.
I'll shake his hand.
Yes,
Mhm.
same.
I'm going to give him a nice strong grip, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the strength check.
Oh,
yeah.
Pigeon's,
Impressive.
death grip.
Iron grip.
Oh,
yeah. And it
I do the
just,
Trump thing where I hold it until he moves back.
just as the two of you are beginning to go separate ways, he'll say, "Oh, and Pigeon, that amulet you've got around your neck,
Yeah.
you looking to sell it?"
I shrug.
I don't know what it does yet. What are you offering?
Two
I
bags
eye
of
him
gold.
carefully.
I shake my head.
Nah, I'll keep it.
Well,
What do
keep
you
it
know
hidden.
about it?
I nod.
All right.
Since we're friends, would you mind telling me about it?
That there sigil, they made a few of them once a long time ago, used to be worn by the commander of the city watch back in the day. A couple of them lying around. Old commanders would keep on to theirs as a symbol that they used to be someone, and then when they died, get passed down to the next upcoming commander.
Interesting.
Yeah, some people seeing you wear that, they know what it is. They might get the wrong idea.
Why do you want it?
Might like giving someone the wrong idea once or every now and then.
All right. Well, we'll think about it.
Also, I like to collect things of interest of the old days back before the demons came. They're curious. Little trinkets.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you, if I decide to sell it, I'll come to you first.
Thanks, bud.
I nod.
And he'll head back downstairs and see that the line's piled up at the bar again and go
Yeah.
right back to helping people with their orders. And
So we need to buy a house. Does a real estate agent exist?
yeah, something equivalent to a real estate agent. It's not going to be the same, right? In
Yeah.
this city, at this point in time, the landscape is such that some buildings are definitely owned by people and they collect rent. Some buildings lie completely abandoned. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff where maybe the owner is the one who owns it, but it's kind of loosey-goosey, and any sort of documentation to prove these things is all sort of
So we're not looking for somewhere that's I don't think we necessarily need somewhere that's actively guarded. We want somewhere that comes with a dungeon on the dungeon
I
layer.
think we're going to have to make our own dungeon. What it sounded like.
Well, not necessarily, right?
No, but it's going to be hard to find a place with a dungeon, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Otherwise, it'll be months.
Yeah, we'll go to Bob the Realtor.
Yeah, Neil, can we not buy a place that comes with a dungeon, preferably in Pitman territory?
We
paying
can
gems.
investigate that.
Yeah.
That's going to be something that's a little outside of your normal wheelhouse. You'll have to go through normal legal channels, talk to somebody who thinks that you're regular upstanding people and not a bunch of murdering thieves. But in theory, if you've got the money and you don't scare people off, in theory, you might be able to find someone to do that. It'll probably take you a couple of months to talk to enough people and shake enough hands and get enough meetings and wait enough time. It'll be
Let's
a
do a little
process.
time skip then.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Let's
have to.
sell some of these gems with Hudson to get some more cash. Or do you think we should just deal in gems?
Well, I'm just very worried about getting robbed by Steel Team 6 again.
Yeah, but we got a bar on our door now.
The other option
That's true.
is that you can just search through abandoned houses until you find one with a dungeon, and then just claim it as your own. And that, that golden area all around Pitman territory is abandoned. So maybe you can find an abandoned house with a dungeon. In this situation, it would be free, except you'd have to furnish it, which is going to be expensive, and you might have to do repairs. But you don't have to deal with any people. And the third option is to find a house with a dungeon that somebody currently lives in and remove them from it.
Is it not possible that there's just unlived-in houses that have dungeons?
Yeah, so that was the second option. That was the abandoned area.
Option,
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be in the abandoned area necessarily.
Well, yeah, but generally the abandoned area is where people don't live. There are a few houses in the non-abandoned area, and one of them might have a dungeon.
Yeah,
it's possible.
People might be selling their houses also at the same time, right? No? I guess there's not a lot of upwards mobility in this society.
Yeah, there's not a lot of house trading going on at this point in time.
I guess so, yeah.
You want to just kill someone for it, Luther?
No.
You sure? It's easy.
Yeah. Well, is it that easy? Anyone that's going to have a dungeon's going to maybe be more difficult to kill.
Not as difficult as the guy we did.
Why don't we get the ball rolling with an agent, and at the same time
set some roots down, and we can get a tenant. Then we can make the money.
Well, let's get the ball rolling with the agent, and while he's doing his thing, it's going to take ages. We can search around the outskirts of the abandoned area near here, somewhere near Patricia's house, see if we can't find one that we can use. And if we find one, then we can just tell the agent to get fucked.
Yeah. As you're having this conversation, the door opens and in walks your favorite friends in the world. The 6 people, the famous 6 greatest folks of all time, Steel Team 6. And they'll walk over to their usual table, which isn't really in your direction, but then the leader nudges one of the other guys and nods in your way. And the whole group of them comes walking past your table. And you can see them coming as they come through. And they'll just do the walk in close enough to your table to bump your table with their hips or bump into your chairs.
Wait, we were chill with them. These dickheads.
Yeah,
I trip
they're just kind of, they're just having a good time.
I trip one as they walk past the table. I trip him, Neil. I
hear you. I'm rolling a die to determine the outcome.
If
he falls forward, I give him a little bit of a knee.
What's your dex there, Luther?
I use strength to trip him.
As he falls forward, I'll try to knee him if he's coming towards me.
Strength 16, dex 12.
Okay,
my dex is 17.
My dex is 17. I min-maxed my character.
Yeah, you stick out your foot. The guy catches on it. He recovers. He doesn't stumble flat to the ground.
I go as he stumbles.
He gives you a bit of a dirty look.
Yeah.
The group moves on. They take the long way over to the bar to grab their drinks, then head back to their spot.
Hey, Luther.
What?
Let's follow these guys home and fucking kill them.
Well, we can at least find out where they live.
Yeah.
All right. When they leave, we'll follow them. We'll split up.
Well, let's leave now and hide so we can follow them and they won't know.
They just got here. They just got here. There'll be hours. Let's get another drink.
All right, we'll do 3 more drinks.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a few more drinks.
And then we wait in ambush to find out where Steel Team 6 live.
Okay.
Maybe they have a dungeon. We could
Mate, we just take
kill them and take their dungeon.
Yes.
We'd say that after 3 drinks in.
And we get our gems back.
We get our gems. We get a new place. We get their dungeon.
Well, with that, why don't we go to our break and we'll come back for maybe a smidge more on the other side. Ciao. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardly Heroes.
Okay.
You have a couple more drinks. Then you head out for the night.
Got the liquor flowing in the blood.
All right, come on, get on this roof, Luther. We're gonna kill them.
Well, no, not tonight. We're just gonna find out where they are tonight.
Oh, okay. What if it looks like a good night? What if they're really drunk?
Well, let's just see what it looks like.
All right.
We'll get up on the roof and we'll wait for him.
Right. A little bit of time passes, maybe a couple hours. Enough for the alcohol to start to wear off. Your head starts to hurt a little bit. You're getting a little cranky up on this roof. You know, it's May, so the weather's getting better, but it's still not like nice. And with the wind chill, it's kind of a bitch. You're too rich to be laying on roofs. And just as the complaining is about to get somewhere, there they are.
Nice.
There's Steel
are,
Team
look.
6.
Thank
All
God.
6 of them.
All right. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah. They head out of Rusty's Hook and they start heading southeast.
Okay. Our goal, Neil, is just to locate their lair.
Well, we'll see. How are they walking? Are they stumbling?
No. I mean, the two at the back are having a good time. And they're having, they're being friendly with one another, but they don't look trashed. They've only
Got it.
been in there for a little while.
A few hours.
Yeah, it's not. Only amateurs will be smashed in a few hours,
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So you follow them along. And just like the last time we were doing rooftops, getting from, sometimes you can do rooftops for quite a ways. Sometimes, though, there's a gap, and you've got to bridge a gap. So Pigeon has a tightrope proficiency, and he can just do across the ropes. Luther, though, what are you going to do when it comes time to tightrope from one building to the next?
Well, I do have a jumping proficiency and high strength, so I'm quite good at leaping. If it's beyond the ability to leap, then I continue on foot on the ground level, I guess.
Yeah, just
Climb
scale
back up at another point. Yeah. I'm not gonna die trying to climb over a rope.
You're not going to risk.
No, because we didn't really need
no.
2 people to follow him anyway, right? So it's fine. Yeah.
So if you have a 20-foot running start, you can jump 2d6 plus your level in feet.
Oh,
So that'll average to 10 feet with a max around, 14, 16.
Yeah. So, 6 feet? That's quite a big jump. 10 feet? That's a really big jump. I mean, so anything more than 10 feet, I'm not even attempting.
How far
10
is
feet,
this?
I might consider, but
Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to need... What are we going to need? Pigeon, we're going to need you to make a lasso attack against, like AC 6. Easy. So you can lasso over, tie off the other end, quickly go across. You have rope use as well, right? So, you tie the
I'm gonna slip
appropriate
knot it
knots
back.
and make your way across. Luther's going to have to go down and back up again on the other side to get across an area. So Luther, just give me a good old climb check here.
You can also drop the rope for him.
Oh, that's true.
that's true.
I'll
Yeah.
drop the rope for him, leave an easy knot. He'll grab it. He'll catch up.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Very
Then
good.
you'll scale up, not a problem. You can follow these these 6 through the streets from building to building, keeping the high ground and watching them from their backs until you see somewhere around this spot, right around this. Oh, that's the wrong color. You can't see that. No one can see that. Right around here. They turn off the road and they head away from the tower a little bit, just a smidge.
But they're not
down in
going
one
into
of
the
these-
abandoned area.
Not quite. They get to one of these buildings near to the abandoned area, but still in maybe a couple hundred feet,
Perfect.
and head in to a house. What looks to be a 2-story building. They go to the ground floor. A key is produced from someone's pocket. It takes a moment. It's weird.
Which one has the key?
The
I
guy
take
in the
notes.
lead. Yeah, the lead. He takes his key out, and it doesn't it's not insert, turn, and then go in. He puts the key in, and then there's some action for a moment, and then the door opens, and then he and his buds all go in, and the
What do
door
you mean
shuts.
action?
I mean, you're too far away and it's too dark to really know what the hell's going on, but it takes more than the time that it takes to insert and turn a key. Maybe it's a shitty lock and it's kind of rusted and he had to like really jiggle it, or maybe there's some unusual thing to this key, like maybe it doesn't, maybe the key only is supposed to go in 15% or 30%, or maybe there's like a secret to it, or maybe there's another who knows, but
okay.
He keys it and he heads in.
And then they all follow.
They all follow afterwards.
Where do the lights come on in the house? Oh, there's no lights because, well, I guess there is torches and stuff. Can I tell
it takes a
if they
minute
go
or
upstairs
two, and then you do see some candlelight begin to flicker on the ground floor.
Just the one room?
Yeah, the upstairs, no lights.
And all 6 of them went in?
All 6 of them went in.
Let's say a Pigeon. Are you feeling awake?
Oh, yeah.
We should check, see if any of them leave or if they all stay here overnight.
I nod. Yeah.
Yeah. And if we leave, we can get them.
Okay.
It'll make it easier in the future, yeah.
Let's just, let's wait then. I was going to leave and leave you to it, but maybe I'll wait with you.
By the time you finish this very brief conversation, the lights go out. So they were only on for a moment. They were on for...
You know why, don't you? They turn the lights on. They go into the lair underground, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there windows in this house?
Not glass windows, but there are shutters on the second floor, and something a little bit more sturdy than shutters on the ground floor, but essentially shutters.
You wanna go in?
Well, we could maybe get a look, see if there's a passageway down on the floor,
all right,
on the ground floor. Could we open the shutters from the outside?
They look like it, yeah.
All right, but if we make any noise, we got to go.
Okay.
We're not getting caught in a fight here. We'll get killed.
Okay.
So we climb down.
I'll pull my chainmail out of my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, she needs to move silently, right?
It's true, yeah. I'll put it back, and then I will sneak up.
All right. There's
Can
other
I jump to the
houses on
second
the
floor
street.
from this roof? Like, can I roof to roof to roof to second floor roof?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could get on
That's
top
what
of
I
their
wanna
roof.
do,
Okay. So the two of you will start on top of their roof then.
No, I'm staying on the ground at this point.
You go to the ground. Pigeon goes to the rooftop. Rooftop has a single chimney that comes out of it on the section that could be theirs. Like all the other buildings here, they're all just like slammed up against each other. No alleys in between.
Open the shutters. Check for traps, I guess.
Well, you're gonna have to scale down from the roof to get to the second floor, right? Perfect.
Oh,
not a problem.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a brick wall. So climbing at -8. Yeah, just a climb check at -8.
It's pretty tough.
Easy peasy. Not a problem.
22.
You get down. You get over to the
24 even.
shutters. You can open them pretty easily. There's just like a little latch that holds them together. But as you open them, you see behind is like a grate of brass bars that makes this window completely untraversable for anyone larger than a halfling. Larger than a gnome. A halfling could not make it through these, but a gnome
I try
could.
to bend the bars. Fail.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I got a 1% chance. All right. There's no reason not to try.
That's true. That's true.
I fail, and
can we see through the bars though into the room?
Totally, yeah. It's just there's no glass on the other side, so you could look all the way through. This upstairs area that you're looking into appears to be a bedroom. There's three beds in here.
For Luther.
Yeah, there's 3 beds. They're not
Whoa.
particularly well made. There's some.
Now's not the time, Pigeon.
Oh.
I go up to the shutter on the ground floor, Neil, and I want to look into the room that they were just in.
Yeah, these shutters also have a little latch. Do you have a set of lockpicks on you?
Oh, well, I've got. No,
I'll climb
I
down.
don't think so.
Yeah, you'll need a pigeon to just get his thin little tools
unshutter
out.
it.
Yeah, you can
okay.
unshutter and look into this room. Inside here, it appears to be some sort of like parlor, sitting room, like whatever kitchen was in here has been ripped out, and it's just one big, open, comfortable sitting room.
I'm looking for a
there's
hatch
a
or something.
bar built into the wall too, like someone might come and serve drinks here, and like, you know, some it looks like someone built a little mini bar for their little party house.
Yeah, but is there like a hatch going down?
Not obviously, but maybe it's behind the bar, maybe it's underneath a table or chair, maybe it's underneath a rug, maybe it's like in a wall, maybe it's around a corner because you don't have full view of everything.
They all went down, presumably, so they'd have to have...
And it was quick too.
Yeah. Okay, I think that we should just go back now that we know where this is and
Sure.
come up with a better plan than just trying to do it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We leave. I rehatch the windows.
Great. You climb back up, rehatch the one above you. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The party can head back to their house.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we head back to the house and call it a night, I think.
Well, then, why don't we call it a night as well? This last segment will be ultra short. And when we come back with Hardly Heroes next time,
Next Wednesday.
Yes.
we'll see what trouble we get into.
Right, yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yep. GG's.
GG.